And we're back.
No.
Yes.
No, I'm not. I'm not back yet.
We are
You
back.
were being mean to me.
We are back. I wasn't being mean to you. Derek says, so I'm wearing the USC hat.
No, we don't tell him. Don't tell him.
Derek is wearing the Eagles hat. And he said that USC...
They're going to be on your side.
...and the Eagles are rivals. And I said, no, you stupid fucking idiot. They're not fucking rivals, and I hope you fucking die.
I was trying to talk sports.
Yeah, I don't see how that's being mean to him. You fucking dumb shit. Anyways.
This is what I deal with, yo. He treats me so bad. This is how game night was last night.
Yeah.
Game night last night, and it just turned into yelling.
Yeah, happy post 4th of July. We're recording this July 5th.
Yep.
Hopefully you didn't get the Rona. But,
I don't know. People were just lighting off fireworks, it looked like.
Yeah. Oh, my God. So many fireworks.
Yeah.
Insane.
Everyone was bothered by it. I slept fine.
Well, I think what did you go to bed?
After Lovebirds. I watched Lovebirds with Kumail Nanjiani.
Okay.
And
wow. His name's not that hard.
His name's super easy.
Yeah.
I just said it. Kumail You know what's funny is I know it, but guess what, nigga? Fuck you too. I'm a big fan of yours actually. Because he was amazing. Lovebirds was funny, bro.
Yeah.
I watched that with Isare. Mm-hmm. Isare?
That was one of the
ones.
You say that one? Isare, yeah, I think so. Kumail and Isare, yeah, both of those.
Both strong brown women.
Yeah.
No, they were funny. I liked it because Hassan didn't want to see it at first, and I didn't want to watch it either because I had just watched Eurovision. Me and Sam tried to watch that, and that junk was trash. The new Will Ferrell movie, that shit was trash. No offense, and I don't like saying any movie was trash, but man, if I can't get through 10 minutes of your comedy, that's not good.
What was so trash about it in the first 10 minutes?
You know when a movie's trash? You know when a movie's trash, bro. When you start watching it, you're like, this is not good.
Oh, man.
This is just not good, bro. It just wasn't good. It wasn't funny. It wasn't like they lost. Whatever they're trying to do, bro, it took too long. It took too long, bro. Get there quicker.
Too much setup?
Get there quicker, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I just wasn't about it. It was whack to me. But, Lovebirds was funny, fool. That shit's a ridiculous. It's also rated R, so they have more wiggle room.
Oh, so they can go places.
That shit was funny. I mean, you saw the trailer, fool.
Yeah. The
trailer alone is hilarious.
Yeah, where they run over the guy.
Yo, bro.
Yeah.
And they're thinking they're helping a cop. Mm-hmm. and then they realize that they're fucking not.
Yeah.
That shit is hilarious, bro. And then oh my God, you see like what it all is, bro, and it's super funny. Okay. It's super funny.
Okay, I'll check it out. It's not like I have anything to do.
Yeah, it's super funny. Watch Lovebirds, guys, but also listen to our podcast.
Yeah. And the reason I didn't watch it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because you were watching.
I was watching. No, I wasn't.
Child porn.
Not yet. Oh, not even that yet. I did watch porn later on that night, but it was regular adult porn. I can't believe I had to specify that. I would let you if I could, but my phone's usually stay on incognito mode.
I can look at it on my phone. I'll follow what you do.
Okay. What?
Don't you worry about it. Buster Brown.
But no, I didn't watch it because I was watching the movie we did last time. Bohemian Rhapsody.
Last time?
Yeah.
Oh, last podcast. A couple days ago.
Yeah.
Because we do 2 a week now.
Yeah.
So if you don't get how the podcast works now, we have to fight you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say last week, but it could have been this week. I don't know when this falls, but I know this falls right after Bohemian Rhapsody, and that's what I watched last night.
Yeah.
And I felt while I was watching it, I felt about it how I felt about while I was listening to it.
You felt gay?
No. I felt like
you're finally gonna tell the truth about how gay you are.
No. I felt like I was super gay.
Yes. We can finally end the podcast.
Yes,
it was just for this.
You did it.
And you're open. How's it feel?
Not bad. I'm out there. I'm trying.
It'd be amazing if you just started singing beautifully as well.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
we are the champions. No, but I felt about it how I felt about it when I was listening to it. I was like, the band scenes are just so sugar-coated. He was amazing.
Rami.
Yeah, Rami was so good.
Rami is very good in this.
Yes, I thought like the scene where he's being questioned by the reporters and he's like in that weird alcoholic or like a weird drug fugue state, or whatever. I thought, oh, that's where he won the best actor.
He was talking that shit right there.
He was so good.
He was talking that shit.
I believed him completely. He You know what's funny?
Oh, the Live Aid concert is also definitely.
Oh my God, I was tearing up.
There's a split. Somebody did a split. Thank God somebody did this. Somebody did a split screen on YouTube, so you can watch. They synced it up, and he's verbatim.
Oh, okay, I gotta watch that because I watched that,
awesome.
And then I watched the Live Aid concert afterwards. Because I was like, oh, I gotta watch this again.
He nails it.
I mean, it was amazing. It was amazing. That's also one of the best, easily one of the best live performances of all time.
They killed those 20 minutes, man.
Unbelievable.
Did you see what I meant about him singing differently?
Yes.
He couldn't hit the notes like that.
Man, he was all AIDS'd up. You know, he was all AIDS up. There's nothing he could do.
You are a son of a gun, dude.
Yeah,
you are a son of a gun.
It's crazy. It's crazy. He was able to do what he did. That's what made me tear up. It's like, man, we're watching this guy dig deep. You know, like the meaning of digging deep and like finding more within yourself. And he did that for that performance. He really dug deep and was like, I'm gonna kill this shit, and he killed that shit.
Yeah, he fucking. Gave it 8.
Yeah, I mean...
He killed it.
He killed it. What's interesting about the filming of the movie...
Yes.
Amazon Facts is that they filmed the Live Aid concert first.
That's dope. I feel like a lot of movies do that.
Where they film the end first?
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Because now you filming the rest of the movie and everybody's kind of on board with what they're heading to.
Yeah, and I guess you can find more with the character now that you had the last scene filmed. Maybe, yeah. But yeah, the band.
Who's your favorite
in the band?
Yeah.
I liked the guitarist. What was his name?
Brian May.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I liked him.
That's over the drummer, over the bassist.
Over the drummer, bassist was cool. They were all they were all who they were.
It's just funny. You picked the most uninteresting character out of the characters.
Really?
Well, for sure.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He's the only one without like a kind of storyline, but they all had pretty kind of weak storylines.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wonder why you picked the one that was the most uninteresting.
I don't know. I was like, I like this guy.
Why?
He seemed to be the guy who like, especially at the beginning, he seemed to be the guy who kept like shit going. Just you know what I mean? He was like the sort of straight man of the group. It felt like okay, well, now we gotta do this. Now we gotta do this. Now we gotta do this. You know what I mean? It's just. He seemed very work oriented.
Yeah.
But like I said, the whole band was just kind of whatever the whole movie.
Yeah, I feel like the bassist got given the most depth out of everyone by far because his character at least is cool. You like him. There's something about him because he makes decisions and he gets him to like.
He gets him to
another one bites the dust. Yeah, like that to that and like there's just moments that he has that are nice.
But yeah, I did find it funny because Sacha Baron Cohen quit the movie because the band had too much input into what the movie was. So I did find it funny that there was this band that was like so into the art and like we will do what we want to do because we're the artists and we know what we want and we know what's best for us. But then when it came to making the movie, they didn't give the artists there the same leeway.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, I can definitely guess why.
Well, because they didn't want to be portrayed negatively.
Yeah, it's harder when it's you.
Yeah, I know, but it is funny that like it just they didn't extend that same courtesy. I mean, it makes sense that they didn't, but it's also like, man, you guys can't see it.
No, I think people get blind when it's about themselves. I think that's in you because most good biographies is the person alive.
How was I didn't see the Elton John movie. How was that?
It was okay, but I told you it wasn't really a biography. It was more of an acid trip.
Okay. When
you see it, you'll see what I mean.
Okay.
It's like it's a fucking. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, what's going on here? I don't think so. Then
I feel like most good biographies, the person's dead.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because you can really portray that motherfucker,
right? And be like, this is who he was, and all that. Yeah, and it just felt like it's like they gave. I mean, Freddie had an incredible amount of depth, and yeah, everything else was just so shallow. I can see why the first time you watched it, you didn't like it. It's not a bad movie. It's just not. It's like there's a great movie that's being held back.
Yeah, there was no. It should not have been nominated for an Oscar. The only thing that should have got nominated was him for best actor.
Yeah,
and he could have won. I got to look at who he was up against to see. But yeah, he's up for it. I get that he could have won, but I bet they're.
You looking it up right now?
Yep, we finna see food.
Oh damn!
Why this nigga win Best Actor, bro? Because I want to see who because it should have been up for Best Picture, straight up.
Yeah, I mean it's there's nothing overly special about it. That's the thing.
2018.
I mean, I think for it to be Best Picture, it needed to be a little longer and more focused on Freddie, or like show the disagreements within the band. It's sort of like whenever there was a disagreement in the band, it was always based around Freddie, and it's like, are you telling me fucking Deacon and the guitarist never got into it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're telling me like all these other people never got into it? It was all Freddie centered? That's not how relationships work.
Should have been just a whole movie about Freddie.
It should have been a whole movie about Freddie, but
how gay he was.
I don't think that's what it's about.
He was like the gayest dude of all time.
Yeah.
It's like what he was known for was how he was. Like, people still look like this nigga to be gay. Like
that's true. Oh my god.
You got it. It's like getting into Allen Iverson and not getting into like
basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This nigga. No. I meant it's just like this nigga's. More like just like the culture he brought to basketball.
Okay.
This nigga brought a swag to gay people, bro. You know what I mean? You give the man his due. I'm not saying it even in a negative way. I mean, like, let's show that nigga. Yeah, bro, he was that nigga and he was gay. And gay people felt like they had a dude. Like, that's our dude, bro.
Yeah.
This nigga, and he ain't even admitting that he's gay, but it don't matter. We all know this nigga's gay.
Yeah, I mean, he named his band Queen.
Yep.
And his just whole everything about him.
So, it definitely shouldn't have won Best Picture because it was up against Green Book, The Favorite, Black Panther, Black Klansman, Vice, A Star is Born, and Roma.
Okay.
Winner was Green Book. Looking at this list now, though, because I love Green Book. We're going to do that on the podcast.
Okay.
I love Vice. We're going to do that on the podcast. Star is Born, it was amazing. Black Klansman was trash.
This was Star is Born was better than this at the very least. So I don't haven't seen the other ones really.
Looking back, though.
Would you say Black Panther?
Black Panther.
Yeah.
What do you say looking at this list?
Yeah,
just from straight up. We're looking at this list. What do you say?
I will say, yeah, this is not necessarily. Now, I haven't seen Vice and I haven't seen Green Book or The Favorite, but
they're amazing. They're all amazing. And then A Star is Born, is amazing. Those are amazing films. I think
this is not exactly also the strongest year for Best Picture.
No, it wasn't no bad year though. But Black Panther is definitely the best movie.
Look up,
sure.
Yeah, Best Actor.
Here we go. Best Actor, Rami Malek. He beat Bradley Cooper to Star is Born. Get the fuck out of here.
No.
Already a lie. William Dafoe at Eternity's Gate. Didn't have to see it. You didn't beat him. Didn't have to see it. Whatever William Dafoe did, he beat you. Viggo Mortensen in Green Book, definitely. And then Christian Bale in Vice. Yeah, this dude shouldn't have won.
Yeah,
if I'm being honest,
yeah.
if I'm being honest at this, who's up? Bradley Cooper, Star is Born. Not even close.
It's just a way more nuanced
That character was way more nuanced than Rami Malek's. So that's how you know this shit's all bullshit, bro. Because that immediately is like, that's crazy. That's crazy. He won. He shouldn't have won. He shouldn't have won. And I don't even know if he should have been nominated. Maybe, but he shouldn't have won.
I can see nominated. He did a very good job.
Did a very good job.
Did a very, very
good job.
Yeah.
The more I think about the movie, I'm like, man, why am I not into that movie? And the much as I should have been. It's like, because, bro, they didn't really give that nigga justice. They should have let him be raw.
Yeah.
I should have not liked him sometimes.
There was no real gay sex scenes, which I thought was kind of crazy.
I want to see him fucking getting nasty, dude.
Yeah, that's crazy. The worst you saw was him kissing a guy. Which is like, if you're gonna make it rated R, make it rated R.
Fucking losers.
Yeah, there was. I did think that was weird. I was like, huh. There's no nothing. Even with the girl, there's no sex scene. I thought she was good too. I should say that. I did think she was good.
Yeah, she wasn't bad. She wasn't bad at all. But yeah, man, they didn't make a nuanced movie. That's why. That's why it also got bad reviews.
That makes sense.
People didn't like it. It's like, yeah, bro, because you made a lot of money because people want to see those songs. That's what you saved you was the fucking music.
And the last scene. The last scene was good.
Yeah. No, I meant what saved you. People wanted to go in the first place.
Oh, because
it's Queen.
Yeah. And they're like, what's up with this? And they probably thought they were gonna see some dark.
Yeah, and then you end up seeing a movie about Queen, and you're like, that was cool. But you walk out going, all right. You're not like walking out there, bitch, like how you were after Ray, or how motherfucking Jamie Foxx deserved fucking the Oscar for it, because that's a timeless fucking masterpiece of a movie. It's the whole movie, and then he's perfect in it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the music where you're like, damn, these are Ray Charles songs. But like, give me a great movie first.
Yeah, basically this movie was great songs and a very strong performance, and that's all it kind of was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas when we get to Ray, because that's what Ray and also Ray's rated R,
right?
And it's extremely dark,
right?
Extremely dark.
Yeah, I mean this one, it's like it's one thing that really bothered me is that the drummer looked like he never aged. He looked 19 or whatever the fuck the whole time.
Rami Malek and the bassist dude are the only guys who like aged like the guys aged in real life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because even when you look at the Live Aid picture, the Deacon dude looks exactly like him.
Yeah.
You know, and then the Brian guy kind of stays the same. And, but yeah, the fucking drummer didn't age at all. Yeah, it's weird.
It's really weird.
But Freddie did a good job. I mean, Rami Malek did a good job of that. Of keeping what he looked like, but just
Rami Malek.
Yeah, Rami Malek, man. The nigga was good, bro. You were really good. You were strong. You deserve an Oscar nom for sure. They put you in a cookie movie, dog. They put you in a cookie movie that should have been a cocaine movie. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, it's sugar, and it's like, nigga, we don't want sugar. I want to see powder.
We never see him actually take the drugs.
I want to see him on that shit, boy.
What's that about?
He's walking through the club with that song playing. No, fuck that. I want to see him taking pills. I want to see a dude sucking his dick. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see it. You don't have to show me but like, you take me there where his life was, bro, to the dark places.
Yeah.
Because being gay, is bad. No, you know what I mean? The dark places are that you're in a club and you're just fucking everybody.
And you're empty inside.
That kind of show me the fucking how bad it was and why the end of his years with Jim Hutton mean more.
Yeah.
Now they mean more.
Yeah. And I don't believe that all his other friends were just regular family guys. Like, what the fuck? Get out of here. You're Queen. You know what I mean? You're a crazy. Your story is crazy. There's no way like you had one crazy guy and the rest of y'all were just trying to build a family. That's not how that works,
dude. Man, that guy had some dark shit going on. You know what I mean? That nigga was running from his past of who he really was. Like, dive more into that. Mm-hmm. Dive more into his dark. What the fuck's going on with this dude, bro? And that's what God, bro. That's why I can't wait till we get to Ray so we can come back and talk about this and be like, man, you guys had the base of what you had.
Yeah.
A once in a lifetime artist who had a crazy fucking past.
Yeah, it's like, you know what this is? It's like the real life version of having a book as a source material and not sticking to it. It's like it's already there. It's already there. Like, you don't need to sugarcoat it. You don't need to, It's not like Queen's at its height and this would ruin this could ruin their
peak. Like you're making a Drake movie in the middle of Drake's career and you're showing like all the super dark shit and you're like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah, Queen's done. It's okay. We're ready to see the dark shit as a nation, as a country, as a world.
Hopefully somebody remakes it one day. Because the door's open now.
Well, yeah.
Well, I mean, one day might be 15, 20 years from now.
Yeah, well, if we know one thing about Hollywood, the door is for sure open for the remake. And that's Bohemian Rhapsody.
We'll be right back.
Beaners, this is your intermission right now.
Before we get into the episode you are here for, really quick, thank you for listening.
Yes,
we love you.
We do. Please subscribe to us on YouTube. Rate and review this podcast on iTunes.
Please rate and review. That stuff matters. We could use the help, and we would appreciate it.
Yeah, tell your friends about the podcast. We know you love it.
Tell your friends about the podcast. We know you love it. You keep going back and listening to old episodes. That's how we know you love it. We appreciate that.
And, follow us on Instagram @SpoilTheBeans, and then you can find our individual Instagrams. We're linked on everything. Follow us
Poston, Sanamad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and shout out to Greg Scamato for making our theme music. If you want some more samples from him or maybe help from him, check out gregcanhelp.com.
Yep.
Yeah. And now back to your future presentation. And we're back.
We're back. What do you mean? You don't think at some point one of us is gonna have diarrhea during the podcast, on the podcast live? Diarrhea our pants.
No.
Why wouldn't that if we keep doing episodes like we plan on doing, which we do, guys, why wouldn't eventually one of us diarrhea our pants on a live episode?
Why would not, if I had diarrhea, why would I not just stop the filming and go to the bathroom instead of being like, oh, I gotta stick this through. I gotta know what happens in Casper, the Friendly Ghost. No.
Have you not seen that?
I don't know. I
haven't. Well, if we got to the climax of Casper, the Friendly Ghost, you would probably shit your pants and not want to get up.
I don't think so. I don't think there's any movie that you would do that would make me be like, I don't gotta go to the bathroom. I'm just gonna shit here.
Well, we'll see if we get there.
Okay.
Or maybe there'll be a movie good enough where I just shit myself because I don't want to stop telling it.
That I don't doubt. You are dumb. So that I fully could happen, but I promise to you, Beaners, I will not take a live diarrhea on this podcast. That's my promise to you guys.
Will you be mature for 2 seconds?
Be mature. What are you talking about?
You are not mature today.
You brought this up.
I didn't bring this up.
I'm being mature by telling the truth. You're like, oh, maybe I'll shit myself.
You brought this up, though.
I didn't bring this up.
Guys, do you like Instagram?
Oh, yes. I do love Instagram.
Not you, the guys. And the ladies.
Well, they don't answer. They never answer.
It's on them.
Yeah.
Well, if you do, if you like Instagram and you like hitting the search bar, you should type in DAREN BATES Darren motherfucking Bates. He's a good guy. He sponsors this podcast. He's a father. He's an NFL player. He's a man. He is black.
Mm-hmm.
He's
got hair.
And that's it. There's nothing else about him. That's all the depth that is Darren Bates. No, he's a homeowner. And we will find his address and give it to all of you soon.
Yeah, show up to his house in masks and tell him the bean sent you.
Because we love him. And that's what we do to the president of our show. We try to execute him at all times.
No, but follow him on Instagram.
Start there.
Yeah. DARENBATES.
Develop a love for him.
Yeah.
And a taste for his, skin. And then we'll give you his address.
Yeah.
But go follow him on Instagram. He's a good guy. And yes, he's the best. And he's something else.
Yeah, and when you follow him, tell him the bean sent you.
Yep, make sure you always say that. Say the bean sent me here.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you let him know. Hassan.
Yep.
Oh, bro, what's going on in the world, huh? Anything going on?
Since we last talked, not really. We had 4th of July, but that's it. We talked about it. All the fireworks and stuff.
Yeah, that was cool.
Mm-hmm. A lot.
All the people.
I wonder if they calm down after this, or if it's just going to be random fireworks still in our neighborhood.
You know what I don't like about the fireworks? Not the fireworks. That's fine to me. It's whatever. It's the people who are like, I have a dog, and how inconsiderate is it to these people that I have a dog? And it's like, hey, dude, curb stomp your dog. Go tell your dog. Tell your dog it doesn't get to have every fucking day. It gets to have every second of every day. Your dog doesn't, we don't get to enjoy something that makes your dog a little uncomfortable for a second. Mm-hmm. What does your dog do? Does your dog have a stressful ass job? Is your dog working for you know what I'm saying? Is your dog working at a hospital right now?
Is your dog's unemployment about to run out and he has no idea how he's gonna make rent?
No. Your dog, my dog, Sparky barked more than normal. Good. Scare him. Let him know that life isn't fair. Your dog needs to know that life is fucking hard. And people are going through coronavirus. Let them blow up shit. Why is everybody at fireworks? Because, either we're blowing up fireworks or we're going to blow up everything. There's so many fireworks. People think this looks cool. This is your house, bro. What do you want? Because we're at that point. That's how people feel. They're at that point. That's why there was 1 million motherfucking fireworks.
Yeah.
People want to see shit explode, dog.
Yeah, we're there. We're there.
And it's everybody doing it because everybody's mad. You fucking rich fucks. I feel like you're rich if you're saying that. Or you're poor and you got a dog and you're a crazy person. You're already a crazy person. All the people who love their dog so much. Oh my God. My girl's got a friend who loves her dog so much, and that shit is disgusting. Makes you want to kill the dog. To help them. Because if you kill the dog, they can now live. They can now live their life and be a person. And not be this person who's cripplingly addictedly in love to their dog.
People are lonely. People are lonely.
There's so many people. Yo, there's literally billions of people. Mm-hmm. Talk to one. There's billions of them.
Yeah, well, it is like, oh man, yeah. No one, like going.
I saw you go through so many emotions.
Like going to social media, and my dog is afraid isn't gonna make the fireworks stop happening. Also, a big thing about these fireworks is everyone's kind of like, dude, where the fuck are they coming from? You know what I mean? So it's like, it's bigger than your dog. It's like, yo, how? Because this has been, like, yesterday was a lot, but yesterday you expected it.
4th of July. People are going to get fireworks.
But the fireworks have been going on for a fucking minute now.
Yeah, and they're not going to stop.
They're not going to stop. Probably not. So it's like.
Well, I mean, also, people are going to have leftover fire. I remember being on part of 4th of July culture. I remember having fireworks, and then you have 4th of July, and then the next day, you have leftover fireworks. And you blow those up. So people are going to have that along with wherever else they're getting their fucking fireworks from.
Also, aren't dogs supposed to be a little protective of you?
Yeah, they're just barking because they're fucking nervous. It's bombs going off outside, as far as the dog knows. You're supposed to be the smart one that knows it's fireworks, you fucking dummy. My dog's scared. Yeah, because there's fucking loud noises going on outside because people are upset because they're fucking dying because of a virus, and nobody cares. Let them blow some shit up, you fucking bitch. But my dog, suck a dick. I don't like those people.
I'm not a big fan of LA small dog people either.
Yeah. But no, that was the world yesterday because everybody was complaining in every city.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's a dog. I know, I get it. Your dog was barking.
Right.
I don't give a shit. They're hanging niggas. Did we forget? Did you forget? You're the one who've been, all you white people with dogs have been the ones who are so hard on Black Lives Matter. Your dog's barking and you already forgot. You already forgot that 7 niggas got hung. Yeah. Hung on a tree by a fucking lynched. But he's it's loud. You guys all suck, man. God, people suck. And I'm a hypocrite. My dog didn't sleep at all last night. And I'm very upset and cranky. Oh, son. Oh, bro. You have anything to say?
No, I think you're.
Any rants you want to go on?
No, not really.
You can go on a rant if you want.
There's something I really want to rant about.
You rant about the Knicks and how they suck.
I mean,
you almost got fired up. I'm sorry.
It's like, what is there to say? What is there to say? You're a team in New York.
Okay, wait a minute.
You're a big market. You're a big market. You have a dedicated fan base who cares.
Oh, God.
And year after year after year, you put out a subpar product. Since '99. You put out a subpar product. You couldn't win in '99. You couldn't win earlier. Fine. At least you got there with Ewing. But the fact that you haven't had, I guess you had a marquee player with Carmelo, but I mean, I think everyone knew you guys weren't going to win those years.
No.
You had something with Jeremy Lin and Carmelo, but you let Carmelo sort of control the team in a way that like killed Lin's confidence, so you couldn't build on anything.
You had Amari Stoudemire for a second.
Yeah, Amari Stoudemire, but he was kind of past it.
He was old. But he still could hoop though.
No, I mean the Knicks were number 1 for a reason that year, but you know. But like it's just you just have a tone deaf owner that doesn't give a shit. Clearly, you know what I mean. Just banning Charles Oakley from the place because he had the audacity to have a voice on what's going on. You know, guys,
I didn't mean to start all this.
The guy is like, I can't say if Black Lives Matter because I gotta review the facts or whatever the fuck he said. Like it's bullshit. It's a bad owner. That and the Redskins owner. Y'all suck.
Oh, they're doing that's the funniest thing of all time. The Redskins owner saying,
we're doing a thorough investigation on the name change. Hey, what investigation? Redskins, is that racist? Yep. Okay, investigation done. Okay, time to move on. Turns out her name's racist, and we've always known that.
Yo, how funny is it? How funny is this? Nigga, how funny is this?
Yeah.
The owner of the Redskins right now, opening a history book going, oh my God.
I had no idea.
They did what?
I thought these people were everywhere still.
I thought this was a made-up thing, like Avatar, like the movie Avatar.
Yeah. Wait, the Trail of Tears is real? I thought that was just a sad story someone made up about a fictional people. Like, what are you talking about?
That's why I love it. It's like, hey, bro, a thorough review. Nigga, yeah, all you names that are racist, just change your name, bro. It doesn't matter. The world's ending. You're not going to get to play your sport anymore.
Yeah,
anyway.
or win a Super Bowl.
Your sport is over. Or win more Super Bowls.
Do one of the two. You want to keep the... You know when people weren't talking about changing the Redskins name? In the early 90s. Why? Because you were winning. There's also that. But
also just change the name. You get to sell more merch. You still get all your old fucking racist merch money, and you get new merch money. You know, it's a win-win. Don't be a dick.
I wonder what they're going to change it to.
Don't be a poopy head, as my mom would always say.
The Washington Uncle Toms. They just go deeper.
You are a son of a bitch.
Why? Why am I a son of a bitch? Why? I just made
that. Well, I'll tell you why, but can you do me a favor first?
Okay.
Do me a favor, and then we'll get into why you're a son of a bitch.
Okay. It's just the same Redskin logo, but the guy's in blackface.
Come on. I said,
come on.
Give me 2 seconds, and then you can go back to being a son of a bitch.
If anyone were to do that, it would be Dan Snyder.
And then I need a favor from you. Okay. Are you even listening? You
racist
son of a bitch.
I'm going, but I'm loving this image I have in my head.
Hassan?
Yes.
Can you really quick tell me what you think happens in the film you've never seen? Mm-hmm. Because that's what this podcast is. Antwone Fisher?
Huh. Pretty sure this is a Denzel movie, I think. And I think it's about a guy in the military. So I'm gonna go. It's a journey of a guy who is going to West Point to become an officer in the Army, right? And you just sort of see like how he has to work through all the bullshit to like get there, and like the sort of systematic racism inside the military itself, and inside like the stuff that's holding him back, and like he's seen as like a hothead, but it's just because he's black. You know what I mean? That sort of stuff. And then he has to deal with that, and maybe there's like a super racist other cadet, I think they're called. And you probably they probably get into it, and Antwone gets the blame, and yada yada yada. And then it shows his way of working through that, and at the end he becomes a officer in the Army. He's able to work through all the bullshit to rise above, and that is Antwone Fisher.
Wow.
Yes.
That is a pretty basic movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
I'm not mad at you.
Well,
you strung it together, though.
I tried.
You strung it together very well.
I tried.
Mm-hmm. As always, brother, no. Just a flat out no. It's a big NO to that. Mm-hmm. You got one itty bitty piece right, and I'll give you that. Okay. Other than that, you're all wrong.
Okay.
You ready for Antwone Fisher?
Let's do this.
How your tear ducts feeling?
Oh, it's one of those.
You ready?
Yeah.
They worked out?
Yep.
They loosened up?
Yep.
This movie this morning had Sam bawling like a little baby. She'd never seen it.
Oh, motherfucker.
Had me crying when I was rereading it. Sometimes I just reread a movie when it's like a dense movie, when it's dense, and I got on the when I rewatched this morning, I cried, and then on the prep again, I was like, man, look at me crying again. I know it's coming. What am I crying for?
Ooh.
You ready?
Yes.
It's a beautiful movie, dog. Okay. I saw it as a kid, and as always, as I say a million times over, it fucked me up.
Okay.
Antwone Fisher. We see that literally starts.
Okay.
Title.
Right on it.
We see fields, dead
What
cotton.
year is this?
This is Baboo, it would do with the little coo. I'm a little poo. That's me trying to figure
what is
it
that?
out.
Are you
2002.
Malibu's Most Wanted? What the fuck was that?
I saw this like 2003 or 2004.
Okay.
So I was like 13 or 14 when I saw it.
Okay.
So Antwone Fisher. Mm-hmm. We see fields, dead cotton. Actually, no, you got two things right. I'm sorry. We see a little like a young kid. He's got a little black suit on. He's probably like maybe 7, 8 years old.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And he's staring at like a huge mill, right? And he walks up on it, and the door opens up, and there's like maybe 150 people inside, and they're all really happy to see him, and it's a big, happy family, and everybody's dressed nice. And, there's kids everywhere, and big, huge table with food everywhere, and there's like a big grandmother kind of figure, and then she says, Antwone, and she holds her hand out, and he grabs it, and he smiles, and then he sits down at the table, and everyone's happy, and then they bring him a big old stack of huge pancakes.
Okay.
And he's like, and then, bam, gunshot. He wakes up. It's our lead in the movie, Derek Luke.
Oh, shit.
My best friend from the coffee shop.
Oh, yeah. You ran into him once at the coffee shop. Twice. Best friend. Get out of here.
We're best friends now.
Nope.
Yeah, we are, buddy. I love you.
Nope.
And he's also our man from Friday Night Lights.
Mm-hmm.
So this is our second Derek Luke movie. He is Antwone Fisher.
Okay.
So he wakes up and he's in the Navy.
Okay. Okay.
He's getting out of his bunker.
Okay.
All right. And you see there's guys like arguing in the shower, people talking shit. You know, just guy Navy talk, people talking shit to each other.
Right.
And the one dude who's talking shit to everybody, he comes up as a white guy and he comes up to Derek. And he starts cracking shit, talking shit, and he goes, "What's cracking, Fisher?" And Derek Luke goes, "Your head, bro, if you don't get away from me." He's dead serious.
Okay.
And then the white guy leans up and gets all in his face, and he's like, "What's that on your face?" And Derek Luke just knocks him out. Just starts trying to kill him. "Why you always saying something to me, huh? You always got fucking something to say to me, huh? And he's just trying to fucking kill him, right? Cut 2. He's having his trial done on the ship. He's on the ship, right?
Okay.
And they're having the trial done by superior officers. And he admits to being guilty. And when he says the reason he beat the guy up because the guy was being racist, he said something racist to him. And they find him guilty anyway. And, you know, he admits to it, though.
Right.
And he gets 45 days of extra duty with, like, no pay. He gets reduced to seaman.
Okay.
Hey, come on. Seaman. Squirt, squirt, squirt. And he has to now go to get evaluated by a psychiatric clinic.
What was his rank before that? Vast
a little
deference.
bit higher. Oh, God, that was good.
Vast deference.
Wasn't good. You're
Vast
bad.
deference, guys. Come on.
Jesus Christ. I'm so sorry, everybody.
I'm going to go ahead and take that fist bump.
So they say he has to go to a psychiatric clinic.
Yeah.
He's walking out, and he sees his other two homies. Eric from Entourage.
Okay. E, baby.
And remember the big dude who played the tuba? It's all about the tubas, y'all. And
Drumline?
Him.
Yeah, okay.
He's his other friend. All right. And they're like, "Yo, what happened?" You know, what they say? And he's like, "Man, same old shit. I've been through this before. You know, got to do psychiatric 45 days extra duty with Doob, and I got to go see a fucking other psychiatrist, whatever." So he's sitting in an office. He's got his gear on. He's waiting. Denzel Washington comes out, our second lead.
Okay.
And he goes, "Seaman Fisher?"
Okay.
Fisher comes in. And he talks to him, and he says, he already knows all his stats. He's like, "I know you weren't here the first time. You know, I know this is like you've been through all this rigmarole a couple times now. I understand you like to fight." And then Derek Luke goes, "It's the only way people learn." And then Denzel goes, "Yeah, but you're the one paying the price for teaching." And he looks at him like, "Fuck, all right." And he goes, "So what's bothering you, young man?" And he's like, "Why?" "So because I jumped on a little white boy, something's bothering me, huh? Because a motherfucking nigga killed his master, there's something fucking bothering me, huh?" And then he's like, "Oh, he must be crazy. Oh, he must be this." He starts going off, right? And he goes, "Young man, are you trying to have yourself discharged out of the Navy? What are you doing?" He goes, "No, sir." And he's like, "Well, then why are you running away from your problems by acting like this? Why aren't you handling them?" "I ain't got no problems." "Okay, that may be so. Where are you from?" "Cleveland." "Your parents there?"
Shout out Cleveland.
"Shout out Cleveland. We love you, Cleveland. You guys are awesome."
Yeah. You're not Cincinnati.
"Not Cincinnati at all." He goes, "Your parents there?" "Never had parents." "Well, unless you're a biological miracle, I don't know what that means, son." And he goes, "I'm from under a rock, basically." Denzel kind of looks at him, and he asks him some more questions, and he just doesn't answer. He doesn't say anything. And he goes, "Okay, son, how about this? I'll see you next week." And fucking Fisher's like, "I ain't coming back." And he's like, "Ain't nothing wrong with me." He's like, "Okay. That may be true, but I'll see you next week." He's like, and he storms out the thing all pissed.
Right.
All right. He runs and he goes to the Navy Exchange, which also I've been to as a kid. My dad was in the Navy, so like the Navy Exchange and like commissaries. I've been also. This is in San Diego.
Okay.
This is happening. Just to give you a little context.
Okay.
So you've seen everything before. But I remember it just even in Memphis in that one going to the Navy Exchange and the commissary with my dad all the time because they get like way better prices. Insane prices.
And the food is good?
No, like a grocery store.
Oh, like a grocery store. Okay, that makes sense.
But like the prices are
like
what you would get if you were a military discount, pretty much.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's
like
insane. So he runs to that like exchange store and he goes to the bookstore and he's all nervous looking and he's looking around for somebody and you see he's looking for somebody but you don't see who he's looking for. And then finally this beautiful girl pops up and she goes, "Ah!" And she scares him. He goes, "Ah!" And she's like, "Philip Walker." He goes, "What?" And she's like, "Philip Walker, the name of the last guy who was trying to stalk me." He's like, "Damn." He starts laughing. He's like, I'm busted. And then she starts like messing with him and like flirting with him a little bit, right?
Would I recognize her?
No, because you've never seen. I mean, the only thing I recognize her from is Get Rich or Die Trying.
Okay.
And you've never seen that.
No.
I know that, yeah. But she's also the lead girl in that. So they're flirting with him, and then she's like, "Hey, do you want to hang out?" And he's like, "No, I gotta get back to my ship. You know, I'm working on this paper, that's why I'm coming out of this building because they got me working on this paper. That's why I'm not, doing what, like, you know what I mean? He's lying already, right?
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, well, I'm throwing a party tonight. You want to come by? And he's like, he gets all nervous and he's like, I'm on restriction. And she's like, okay, that sucks. And he's like, I got to get back to the ship. Anyway, it was good seeing you. And he walks off and he's like, damn, to himself, right?
Right.
And he's just really nervous. Like, you can tell. He's very cute almost. Like, he's like, and she's like, all right, well, hit me up when you get off restriction. And then he just walks off, right? Like idiot. He's really hard on himself.
Right.
Like, hard on himself. Though,
okay.
So cut to Denzel. And he's sitting in his office. And then you see two, like, police Navy guys, big dudes, dragging him in. He's like, get off me. Get off me. Boom. And they put him down and they leave. And he's like, you can make me come in here, but you ain't gonna make me talk. And Denzel kind of looks at him, and he's all calm. He's like, you don't want to talk to me? That's fine. He's like, but I don't have time to waste, son. You know that. So they want you out the Navy. All right? Period. But our sessions don't begin until you begin talking. We can sit here every day until I retire. I don't give a damn. Doesn't do anything to me. I'm gonna do my work, get it done. And then he's like, man, fuck all this shit, man. Just send me to the brig. And he's like, he points to the chair. That's your brig right there. Go ahead and lock yourself up. And he's like, fuck, you know what I mean? He's so mad. You can tell Denzel very Goodwill Hunting.
Yes,
you know what I mean? Very just calm.
That's
very
what it
calm.
feels like. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Very similar. Very similar. So this movie's we'll get into why this is interesting. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
So Denzel like he's just doing other work and Antwone sits there, time passes. He leaves. Another day, same thing. Another day, same thing. Just not talking. Another day. Finally, they get to another day, right? And he's sitting there, and he starts coughing. Antwone Fisher. And Denzel goes, what? He's like, I ain't saying nothing. He's like, okay, sounded like you said something. He's like, no, I'm just clearing my throat. He's like, maybe you're sick or something. He's like, no, I'm all right. It's just what, son? It's just a waste of my time coming in here week after week, man. Well, I don't want you to waste your time, Antwone. And he's like, so what do you want me to say? It's not what you want to say. It's what you want to tell me. And he's like, well, maybe ask me a question then, man. He's like, all right. You said you came from under a rock. What does that mean? You can tell I love how quick, you know what I mean? Like, oh, dude, I've been waiting for you to talk.
I'll wait this out.
Like, the question's always like, dude, I was listening to what you were saying, and you meant something by that.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's the first thing that came to my mind. And then he's like, well, what do you think it means? And it just Zell describes to him what he thinks it means. Like, I think it means you can't breathe. I think it means you weren't noticed. I think it meant, something happened in your childhood that's a weight on you still. You know what I mean? Like, and he's just kind of looking at him like, it's like, you can tell us. He's like, dude, this is what I do for a living.
Yeah. What do you think you're gonna outsmart a therapist?
Get the fuck out of here.
When you clearly need therapy.
Yeah, you're going through some shit, brother.
Yeah.
And so he looks at Denzel after saying all that, and he goes, only 3 sessions, right? Just 3. And Denzel's like, only 3. That's all you got to do. And he goes, my father's name was Edward. What was his last name? I didn't know his last name. Okay. You know where he is? Yeah. Cut to his dad, you see his dad get blown with a shotgun down some steps. Right? Mm-hmm. And he's like, what happened? He's like, he got into a fight with his ex-girlfriend. Went to his ex-girlfriend's house, got into an argument. She fucking blew him away with a shotgun.
Jesus.
He's like, where was your mother? He's like, my mother was behind bars. He's like, so your mother was in jail? He's like, yep. He's like, why was your mother in jail? I don't know. He's like, So you were turned over to the state then? Yep. He was like, yeah, I was. And he's like, and then what happened when your mother got out of jail? He's like, she never came and claimed me. I was with that State Department for over I think 5 years or 4 years. You know what I mean? Something like that. Mm-hmm. And he goes, how does that make you feel? I love this line. He goes, I don't know. Like rainy days. He's like, what does that mean? It's like in Cleveland, it rains. I mean, not all the time, but to a kid who wants to play all the time, feels like every day. It just rains sometimes. And he's like, damn. He's like, yeah, but for one kid, it just rained way too much. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's like, fuck. Your whole life felt like rainy days.
Sad. That's sad.
Oh, bro, we haven't even got started yet. He goes, you want me to come back next week? And he's like, yes, I do. Yes, I do. And then Denzel looks at him. He goes, you ever try to find your mother, young man? No, sir. He's like, okay. I'll see you next week. He leaves. All right. So Denzel and his wife cut to they're having dinner and they're having small talk. His wife's gorgeous. You wouldn't recognize her, but she's gorgeous. And you can tell something's on his mind. And you can tell something's on her mind, and they're just not talking about it. They're just having bullshit small talk. But I mean, they're both good actors. You can see it. Like they're dodging some kind of conversation.
There's a lot under the surface.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Cut to voiceover. You hear Derek Luke, and he's back in like a therapy meeting. But now you see what he's talking about, and you see a pastor preaching, right? And he was like, so yeah, when I was like, no, he said yeah. So when I was 2 years old, I was turned over to the Reverend Tate's care. And you see that's who the pastor is. He's like, that's who the foster house family I was turned over to. And his wife, Miss Tate. And then, you know, I had my foster brothers, Keith, Dwight, and there was me. We went to church 3 times on Sunday. Man, it felt like we lived in church.
Jesus.
Bro, you see them there in church. He said, but we found out that if we caught the Holy Ghost, or at least pretended to, Miss Tate would give us vanilla wafers after church. So we caught the Holy Ghost every time we were in there. You see all the little boys catching the Holy Ghost, right?
Good for them.
Oh, dude, I get it.
Play the system, baby.
Got to.
Yeah.
Also, Jesus, when you're about to hear about some shit that's on it, oh my God, this movie's gonna fuck you up, man. So Reverend Tate, he didn't like Dwight. Right, it's one of the other boys. He said Dwight had too much pride, so he beat it out of him.
Oh.
Sometimes almost beat him to death.
Oh.
Did Reverend Tate beat you? No, he never beat me like that. He pitied me. I don't know if you heard the line. He beat it out of him. It's pride. So you see what kind of foster family we're dealing with here.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah. This is a dark, dark energy.
He's a reverend.
Yeah. Is that his own son, too?
No, these are all foster
kids.
They run a foster. They run a foster house.
Okay. Jesus.
He goes, no, he pitied me. What about Miss Tate? And Derek looks at him and he's like, what about her? And then cut to her. You see her saying, now which one of you dirty niggas put your hands on my wall? Huh? And you see both the little boys are hand bound.
Jesus.
To poles. It's 2 of them, right?
Jesus.
And it's him as a little boy, the little actor at the beginning of the movie. You see him as a little boy and another little boy, right? And they're looking at her. And she wets up a towel while she's talking. She gets it super wet. And he's like, you know, I took you in when your mammies threw you away, you little ungrateful niggas. Huh? You gonna tell me to put my hands on the wall? And she starts beating the shit out of their backs. Whack with that wet towel. Ooh. Whack, whack, whack. I mean, bro, just keeps going. Whack like the 12 Years a Slave scene.
Yeah, locker room shit. That's crazy.
Whack, 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 whack. You see the little boy that's playing Antwone Fisher? He goes unconscious.
Good
God. And the voiceover comes back in. He's damn near crying. He's like, she threatened to do it again. But she never did. But she used to brag to everybody about how she beat me unconscious one time.
Good Lord. Foster system's scary.
Not everybody's Aunt Tammy, bro. Not everybody's my aunt who you met.
No, some of them are just in there for the straight up for the money, huh?
Yeah, and you got some dark demons going on.
Yeah, and you're like, well, these kids don't deserve love because they were abandoned for a reason.
And something probably you didn't have love as a kid, maybe too.
Yeah, this family is a black family.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, he said, she never did. And Denzel goes, why do you think she never beat you like that again? And he was like, I don't know. Maybe she was scared. But she found a new way to get to me, so it didn't matter. He's like, what do you mean by that? Cut to, you see him as a little kid, and he's tied up to a pole again.
Right.
And she's got the newspaper, and it's burning with fire. Oh. And you could tell he's like, he's scared of fire.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And she's just waving it in his face.
Jesus.
I mean, bro, that scene, I know the beating scene's already bad, right. But that scene, you're like, I looked at Sam's like, oh, it fucks you up, bro, because you're like, he's scared of fire. He's a little kid who's scared of fire.
How could you, I guess people do it, but it's like, damn, there's got to be a special thing turned off inside of you when you can do that to children.
Oh, man, we're talking, he's like 5. Yeah. We're talking about a little kid, so, there's that kind of fear. If you also, it's like, when you have that kind of fear or something, too, when you're that age, whether it be the dark or spiders or, but it's like visceral, man. That kind of shit. So it's just like, oh my God, she's just waving the fire in his face. Mm-hmm. Don't you ever go through my shit again. You hear me, you stupid ass nigga? And she throws the fire down and she walks upstairs and closes the door and just leaves him then down there in the dark.
In the basement?
Yeah.
Oof.
Ooh. This is him as a child, bro. So that's why I thought Derek Luke did a really good job.
As an adult, why he's so angry.
And also why he's so nervous around the girl. Just, he's fucked up mentally, dude. Mm. This dude is fucked up, man. So, he looks at Denzel and he goes, man, I tried everything to get her to like me. Shit never worked. And then Denzel goes, were you the youngest? He was like, no. Dwight was the youngest. Keith was the oldest. I was in the middle. But Miss Tate, she made us hate each other. Everything she did, she pitted us against each other.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Ooh.
To make, like, win for her affection, you know? He goes, but deep down, it had nothing to do with her. We just hated ourselves. Keith was half white. So she would say how he was always better than all of us. You know, because his daddy was white. He starts getting mad. He's like, I used to wish I was Keith. I used to wish I was Keith so bad. But, you know, she called him a nigga, too. He wasn't beyond that. She called us niggas so much that we never even heard our names. I mean, shit, we could tell just by the way she was saying nigga who she was calling. And, bro, they like, in the rest of the movie, that's how she called. Like, and that's how they answer. Like, she know, like, it's just like that.
Damn.
Crazy, bro. So, and then, this part's so fucked up. Denzel goes, so what happened to Keith? He goes, a couple years later, Keith's mom came and took him back in. One of her boyfriends raped him. Denzel's like, he's quiet. And you can tell he's looking up like he's like, oh, this is just another day in his life, bro. We found out, oh man.
Yeah, Keith just had a rough go at it.
Keith had a rough go of it, bro.
Yeah, I just dealt terrible cards. And kept getting dealt terrible cards.
This is a lot of people's lives, man. People forget that shit. And then this is tough, but have you ever had your dog scared of fireworks before? No, that sounds way worse than this.
Exactly. You know, so fucking put your judgment down a little bit.
All right, judgment down.
Yeah.
And Denzel goes, so that ever happened to you?
Yeah.
And he's like, hell no. He gets all defensive. Hell no, it never happened to me. Fuck no, right? And then he goes, was Miss Tate ever nice? And he goes, at times. Every once in a while, I catch her telling other people how we were good kids and she was proud of us. And that used to mean everything. She's fucking these kids' heads up.
Yeah, right? This is abusive.
And she goes, he goes, I used to know her mannerisms like everything. I used to be able to know what kind of day it would be just by the morning. And then Denzel was like, what do you mean? He's like, well, if there were grits and eggs cooking, that means you had to look out all day. It wasn't a good day. But if you smelled pancakes, you knew it was okay. Remember the dream?
Yeah. Yeah.
She sets pancakes down.
Yeah.
I thought that was like, oh, wow. You know, I never noticed that until this time watching. Like, oh, wow, that's very subtle writing, you know? Oh, by the way, let's say this now. This is a completely based true story, right?
Okay.
It's a true story.
I was going to ask. Okay.
The book, the guy who wrote the book, also wrote the screenplay.
Okay. Is it the guy? And
he produced it.
Okay. Is it his story?
Antwone Fisher.
Okay.
That's his name.
Oh, wow. Fucking, you know, get over yourself. No.
Denzel found the story, and Denzel was like, oh,
let's make this into a movie.
Denzel produced it, you know, helped him produce, obviously.
Right.
$12 million budget, made $24 million, independent movie.
Oh, well, wow, really?
Oh, did great.
Oh,
I mean, and then
I've heard of it. That's why I knew the military was involved somehow.
Because it wasn't supposed to be a box office hit, but all the little independent theaters that came out and people went and seen it.
Yeah.
You know, so it did very well. But yeah, dude, that's my favorite part is that how true the movie is.
Right.
Because I went and did my research too. He kept everything true to the names.
Damn. So these are real people.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. Well, you know what? Some of these people deserve to be named.
Oh, we haven't even got. Oh, dude. Oh, yeah, these motherfuckers. This family, man. It gets deep. So
it gets deep. It's already pretty. It's already pretty
right?
deep.
Yeah, but it gets deeper, dog. Isn't that fucked up?
Yeah. Good God.
So Denzel looks at him and goes, "Hey, you know, I can." The timer goes off. He goes, "You know, I can delay my next appointment, son. You want to keep talking?" And he looks at him. He's like, "No, sir. I'm done." He's like, "Okay," and he just leaves. Right. So cut to he's in the bunker and all the boys are hanging, right? And E from Entourage tries to ask him. He's like, "Fish, when you going home? Fish, when you going home, man? Everybody's going home. When you going home?" They're all talking about going home.
Right.
And you see him, and he's in his bunker, and he's got headphones on, just not paying attention at all. And he's drawing beautiful drawings.
Okay.
Beautiful drawings. And as he's drawing, like you see, it's a hand holding like a big cricket. And he goes, "Man, last night I had dreams of Jesse." And the picture all of a sudden turns real, and it's him as a little boy with a friend. Mm-hmm. And he goes, "Who's Jesse?" He goes, "Jesse was my best friend." He's like, "Why was he your best friend?" He goes, "He wouldn't beat me up. He was the only person who was nice to me. And also, I didn't want him to beat me up, so I wanted to be his friend." Mm-hmm. You know? And he goes, "But man, I liked him a whole lot." And you see them hanging and they're catching grasshoppers as kids, you know?
Right.
we drove our one friend, Kenny. They have this other fat friend named Kenny. We drove them crazy. You see them like pouring all the grasshoppers down his shirt. They're all laughing and running around. You know what I mean? Just being kids. And he goes, but Miss Tate hated Jesse. She hated us being together. I was so happy when she kicked me out. And you can see him now. He's a teenager. It's not the little kid playing the movie. Now it's a different actor. He's a teenager. And he's watching like rap videos and shit, right? And she goes, that nigga Jesse called for you. And she cuts his TV off. That's just the devil working for you right there, pointing at the rap music. And she goes, and where'd you get some money from? I heard you got some money. You steal it, you dirty nigga. You don't deserve no money. He goes, I told you I've been raking lawns. That's how I got some money. She goes, give me all that money. Give me all the money in your pocket. He stands up and he gives it to her and he's all mad. He's like, why you always make things so difficult for me? And she's like, where you learning fancy words, you dumb nigga?
Damn.
Where you learning them, huh? And she takes off her shoe and she starts trying to beat him, and he grabs the shoe. And he's like, you're not beating me no more. And he gets all in her face. And she's like, you get out of my house. You get out of my house. Who's gonna take you in, you retarded ass nigga? And he leaves, right? And then back to Denzel, and he's asking him, and he's like, how did it feel when you did that? He goes, it felt good taking that shoe. It felt so good. I felt like I won a prize, like I did something. It felt so good I was scared. He's like, why were you scared? He's like, it was the first time in my life I felt more powerful than her. It's like, damn. He's like 14 though. Now he's old. Yeah. He's old. He's a big boy now.
Yeah. Now it's like, oh, I have a little power in this relationship that I never had before.
Like at least you're not gonna let you beat me no more.
Right.
I can at least do that.
Yeah. Like physically, I can stop you. Mentally, you are years ahead.
Yeah, but physically, I can at least stop this. Mm-hmm. Good point. Mentally, I can't. But
mentally, you're fucked. She's in there.
He goes, dang. And Denzel goes, wow. So what happened to Jesse? He goes, life. We lost touch. He's like, well, okay. Well, he goes, I want you to read something. And Denzel hands him a book. It's called Slave Community. All right. He goes, it's going to help you understand the Tates. He goes, what do you mean? He goes, what happened to you, son, was because of slavery. This is just what masters used to do to their slaves. And the Tates come from literally a lineage of people. Like, right. They're like he was talking about how not removed we are from slavery. You know what I mean? It was explaining to him like and then certain people of this. Yeah. They took I don't want to educate you. I mean, it all breaks down.
That's what it felt like. It felt like how'd you learn big words? It's like even difficult. It's not that big of a word.
You don't want him to learn.
Yeah.
You want to keep him. You want to hold him back because you were held back so bad because your grandparents held you back because they were held back because they were slaves. Like, right. I mean, it's a great. I get what he's trying to teach him for sure. Mm-hmm. And he goes, well, he's like, I don't want to learn from them, but fuck that shit. They were bad people. And he's like, I'm not taking up for him, son. He's like, I'm not. I'm just saying this is gonna help you channel your anger and channel your energy into bettering yourself. Instead of fighting, reading. Instead of fighting, going to the gym. You know what I mean? Like Denzel was just like, just channel this anger into something else. He's like, positive. I heard you. Yeah. You said what?
Into something positive.
Positive. Exactly. Yeah. He goes, I heard you're taking Japanese classes. And he's like, yes, sir, I have been. He's like, that's good. Oh. That's good, son. You know Japanese. Yeah. I didn't know you speak it too.
Man, I'll tell you what. We ain't gonna get canceled, but when the Chinese take over the world, they're gonna fucking kill us for all the shit we said about Asians.
I'm gonna talk shit. This is me as I chop my head off. Oh,
yeah, and they're like, this is the last time we're different than the Japanese. And like, oh.
And they're saying it in English too. Yeah, I'm still like, oh, motherfucker. Oh, dang it. Oh, Moulin Rouge. Oh, Crouching Tiger.
Moulin Rouge. Not even the same continent.
Not even, brother.
Yeah.
So Denzel goes, all right, son, time the beeps, timer goes off.
Yeah.
So I'm going to see you next week. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. Antwone Fisher goes, all right, timer goes off. He goes, all right, see you next week, right, sir? He goes, no, that's it, Antwone. Only 3 sessions, son. Mm-hmm. That's all you get. He's like, he's like, but I do believe that you're, this was good for you, and I'm recommending you back in the Navy. But, this is it, son. He salutes him, and then you can tell, like, Antwone's pissed.
Yeah, if I were the therapist, I'd be like, oh, this guy definitely needs more of this.
Oh, this guy's life is fucked.
Yeah.
But you're a Navy man. You got orders.
All right, follow the rules.
You got orders.
Don't question.
Nope.
Just do.
So he leaves. He's so mad, and as he leaves, the pretty girl that he likes stops him. You know, and she's like, "Hey, I've been trying to get to talk to you. What do?" He's like, "Yeah, just finish that paper that I've been working on in there." She's like, "Oh, that's good." And she's like, "Well, do you want to go hang out with Doop?" He's like, "Look, I gotta go. Cheryl, we'll talk later." And he just walks off, and he's all sad, and she's just like,
"The fuck?
Damn, this guy. What's going on with this guy?"
Yeah.
So cut to the crew seeing Fish read. He's reading the slave community book, right? And they're all like, "Man, what are you reading? What is this shit?" And then one of the black guys in it named Grayson starts really giving him shit. Like, what the fuck are you reading? You know, what the hell are you reading? And he goes, and he looks at him, he starts getting madder and madder. You know, Antwone's like, "I'm reading it because I fucking want to. That's why I'm reading it." And they start arguing. And he's like, "Man, yo, Grayson, why you always talking shit, huh? You always fucking talking shit, but you a weak-ass little motherfucker. That's why." And he starts mugging him. And everybody's like, "Oh, shit." And then they almost fight and they break it off, right? And he's so mad. And then he storms off. Cut to Denzel. He gets out of his office and he looks to the left. And he's got a packed office full of people that got to come see him. Right? And you see Fisher sitting there and he's just shaking his leg, and he's looking at him. Of course, he's looking at him like, "Oh shit!"
Right.
Like, "Oh, this kid," you know. And he starts going off, and he goes, "We're all in here to see Dr. Davenport, huh?"
In the waiting room.
In the waiting room.
Okay.
I mean, this is, you know. Also, you gotta remember this guy is a top person,
right?
You know, Denzel. He ain't like just some. He's a psychiatrist, but he's a top guy,
right?
You know. And he goes, "Huh? What are you in here for, huh? Let me just tell you something. He's just gonna tell you to go to the gym, huh? Recommend you hit the punching bags, huh? What about you? Speak up, huh? You better speak up now, y'all. You only got 3 sessions. You better get it all out in 3 goddamn sessions, huh? You need healing? Because he's gonna give you a miracle healing in 3 fucking sessions, huh? Come back after work hours for Dr. Davenport, because he'll have a book for you, maybe. A book that'll have all the answers. Ain't that right?" And now he's in his face. "Ain't that right, doctor?" And then Denzel's like, "Would you like to step into my office, son?" And then he walks in the office, and Denzel slams the door, and he goes, "Are you finished?" "Yes, sir." "You know you are addressing a superior officer. Period. You're going to cut this shit off right now. Do you understand me?" "Yes, sir, I do. I slipped up." "Goddamn right you did slip up, son." "No, I slipped up when I talked to you in the first place." 3 sessions? I was supposed to tell you everything, and I start doing, and now I got to leave. What am I supposed to do, Commander? Because I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And he leaves. Just storms out. And you can tell Denzel's like, "Oh, fuck yeah, maybe this kid was really fucked up."
Yeah, well, you couldn't tell by the start of his stories.
Also, you opened him up, and then you were like, "All right, I know I opened up this gigantic can of worms for you, the biggest can of worms that has ever existed.
But
lock that back up."
Yeah, have fun stopping the bleeding on your own. Doctor's out. Doctors out. Peace, dog.
That's the best way to put it. "Hey, stop the bleeding on your own, buddy. Later."
Yeah. Woo!
I got a lunch break.
Yeah.
Because he's like, "Hey, bro, I didn't want to talk about none of this shit in the first place.
You
got me to talk about it.
I got more wounds I got to open up without healing."
Golly. That's why I would be mad. It's like, dude, we just started getting into this.
Yeah. Also, it's clearly after 3. Like, is there nothing you can do to? I don't know how the military works, but is there nothing you can do to recommend more counseling for him? If not with you, with somebody?
Yeah. You at least put in a request, right?
Right? I don't know.
So just drop him off like that.
Yeah.
So he sees his wife that night, Denzel, right? Mm-hmm. And he's caught up thinking late night, and they have more bullshit talk, like small talk, and you can tell she's trying to really have a conversation with him, and he's not wanting to talk about anything, and then they just go to bed.
Okay.
All right. So the boys, next day, they're off to the ship.
Mm-hmm.
They're about to leave, and he's like, all the boys are about to go like head out for the night, and as they're about to leave, they see Dr. Davenport's right there, and he's like, "Oh, Dr. Davenport." He's like, "Hey, how's it going, son? I was in the area. I just wanted to tell you I want to see you in my office next Wednesday." And Antwone's like, "I need to check my calendar first." And Denzel's like, "Well, you let me know, son. Just let me know." "Yes, sir." He leaves.
Okay.
So he runs over and he goes to where Cheryl's at, the girl that he likes at the exchange store.
Okay.
And he's about to go in, and then he gets all nervous and he doesn't go in.
Okay.
And he just waits outside. And then finally she comes outside. She gets off work and she comes outside, and he runs up to her and he goes, "Hey, Cheryl." And she's like, "Hey, what's going on?" And he's like, "Oh." And she's kind of looking at him like with a stale face. And he's like, "Are you mad at me?" And she's like, "Why would I be mad?" And he's like, "Look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for how I've been." And then she smiles real big. She's like, "That's cool, as long as you know, right?" Mm-hmm. And she goes, "So you off restriction?" And he goes, "Yeah." She goes, "So we can hang now, right?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Okay, what about right now?" She's like, "I'm off. Let's go hang." And he's like, no, I promise I'd meet a friend in a few minutes." And she's like, "What's her name?" He's like, no, it's not like that. It's not like that. I promise. It's just, I gotta meet him." And she's like, "All right, well, what about Wednesday after knockoff?" He's like, "Okay, Wednesday." And she's like, all right, meet me at 1700. And he's like, okay, 1700. And she's like, it's a date. And she walks off smiling. You know? She's also when you see her, she's beautiful.
Okay.
So, cut to, he's got a meeting with Denzel, right? And he goes, Dr. Davenport, is there a chance that a person can change? You know? And Dr. Davenport's like, absolutely. He's like, what about like when you meet somebody and you feel a certain way? And then he looks at him and he goes, who is she? He's like, no, I'm just, he goes, who is she, son? He smiles. He's like, her name's Cheryl. She works at the exchange. And Denzel's like, all right, I like that. Keep it in Navy. Keep it Navy. You got to keep it Navy. And he smiles. He's like, have you spoken yet? He's like, yes, sir. He's like, but every time we do, I get tongue-tied. I just can't talk. He's like, everyone gets like that, son. He's like, even you? He's like, even me. He's like, well, I want to go on a date. I'm going on a date with her, but I wanted to talk to you first because I don't know what to do. And he laughs. He's like, well, was she a nice girl? He's like, yes, sir. He's like, well, just go out with her, you know? And then he's like, I don't know if I can. I don't know what to say. He's like, all right, we'll do a little role play. I'll play, you know, you play yourself, I'll play Cheryl. And he's like, what? He's like, that's right. I'm man enough to play Cheryl. I'm a man. It's okay. He's like, all right.
Fast forward 10 minutes, they're just fucking.
Oh, dude, that'd be so hot. He goes, I'll go first. You know, so how you doing? And Antwone's all nervous. He's like, good. He's like, all right, so where are we going to go? Out. He looks at him. He's like, I'm hungry. Are you? He's like, yeah, I can eat. He's like, that's good. I can eat. There you go. Keep that. And he laughs. He goes, look, son. He gives him his number. He goes, you have any problems, anytime, any day or night, you call me, all right? Have fun. He's like, okay. He's like, remember, sometimes some of these things escalate. And then he laughs. And he stops. And Derek Luke's like, what do you mean? Into what? And he's like, well, me and my wife went out once. And then it escalated into marriage. And he's like, well, I mean, no, I think we're just going on a date. I don't want to say we're going to get married. That's a little too fast. He's like, son, no marriage. Just have fun. Like, you can tell he's like,
right.
Relax.
Relax.
So, cut to them. They're having their date. It's early in the day, too.
Okay.
They're getting frappuccinos, right? And they're just talking on a walk. And she says, like, she joined the Navy to make all this money. You know, she doesn't even know what to do. Now she's making all her money. And he looks at her, and he's like, why'd you really join? And then she laughs. She's like, really? Well, my father was a Navy Vietnam vet. And his boys were supposed to serve like him. Only problem was he only had one girl. So I did it. And it's worth it. She's like, even if I hated being in the Navy, which I don't, I love it. She's like, but it's worth it to see his eyes light up and shine when he sees me in that uniform. You know?
That's sweet.
Yeah, it's really nice.
That's sweet.
And then he goes, dang, are you guys really close? And she goes, oh, God, we're super close. And he was like, damn, that's cool. And then she's like, oh, I can't wait to go home for Thanksgiving. What about you? And he's like, yeah, I'm going home too. Because he's all nervous.
Yeah.
I get it, man. This dude, it's like, oh, that's also the kind of lying when that girl finds out you are not mad. You're
yeah,
like,
well, he just wants so desperately to be normal too, that he's like,
I don't want to talk about this right now.
I'll seem normal. This is how you seem normal.
Also, you tell her later, like, hey, it was our first date. I didn't want to
tell you about, you know, the foster child the foster parent that tied me up in the basement and scared me with fire. That might be that might be a lot over frappuccinos, huh? that might be second date stuff right there.
Hey, maybe let's talk about that after we go to a game.
You know, it took me
took
me 18 years to tell a therapist this. Maybe
yeah, it took me so long to tell a therapist this.
Yeah, maybe the girl I like is a little much.
Yeah, give me a second. I just figured out how to ask you out.
Yeah.
You're telling me to tell you about my deepest, darkest pain?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me, lady? Yeah, I have a family. I'm going home for Thanksgiving. Get the fuck out of my face. Can we talk about how good these frappuccinos are?
Yeah. Frappuccinos are good.
I never had one. But you know, I've never had a sip of coffee. You know that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think some of them are like a frappuccino, like the Starbucks frappuccino isn't coffee based. It's just a sugary drink.
Okay. No, I'm good.
You know, it's like it's like a milkshake. It's exactly what that is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like milkshakes.
Mm-hmm. It's like a coffee version of a Slurpee almost.
Oh, that sounds gross. A coffee Slurpee sounds disgusting.
Well, maybe that's the wrong way to put it, but it's not. There's no coffee in it.
It's just iced coffee.
Huh?
That's what iced coffee is to me.
No.
It's coffee as a Slurpee.
Man, I was gonna say just the world of coffee. Coffee is so good.
Yeah, gross.
Coffee's so good.
That's my thoughts on coffee because I've never had any. Or cocaine or cigarette. I stay away from the big 3 C's. Cancer.
Well, you know, that last one's not your choice at all.
No.
But I've never had cocaine
or cigarette.
I think I've taken a puff of a cigarette in college.
You're a bad boy.
Yeah, but it didn't really do nothing for me. Thank God. Oh my God, thank God. I look back on it like, thank God I didn't take that puff and was like, this is the thing that I've been missing. Thank God. So I'm happy, but my body worked out that way. At least.
That's good. Good for you, buddy.
Yeah.
Me as well. As we smoke pounds of weed every week.
Hey, you know.
Pounds. So cut to them having a nice date, a dinner date. Mm-hmm. And that's how long they've been on the date. You know, that's how you know it's going good.
Yeah, it's a good date.
So he tells her how, I want to be a teacher one day. And she's like, oh, my God, I think that's powerful. No, he goes, I think that's a powerful position to be with kids and do good by them. Mm-hmm. And she's like, wow, I think you'd be a great teacher. And he's like, really? She's like, yeah. He's like, thank you. Thank you so much. That means a lot. He's like, just such a nervous guy, you know? And she's like, he goes, I think you're beautiful. And she's like, thanks. So he walks her home and she tells him, I had a great time. He's like, yeah, I did too. And she goes to leave, and then he starts speaking in Japanese to her. And he's like, oh, anime. And she's like, ooh, what's that? And he goes, I said, it meant it gave me great pleasure to spend this evening with you. And she's like, how do you say, can we do this again sometime? And he smiles real big, and he's like, I don't know. And she's like, well, you let me know when you find out. And he's like, I will. And she says, good night, and kisses him on the cheek. And he's like,
oh, good to go. Get it, Derek Luke. Good for you. I feel happy. I feel good for you. Nice.
It's really nice. Yeah. When he walks home, like he leaves, he's like bragging to himself. Like he's walking home and he's like, yeah, that's right. I kissed her, dog. I kissed her. No, I'm not kissing and telling. You know me. Hey, I'm going to be a gentleman. But yeah, it was cool, man. No, she kissed me. She kissed me, actually. Like you can tell he's just telling like imaginary friends, right. And he's so happy.
Right.
So Denzel is getting home from work that night. And his wife's on the couch scrapbooking. And he starts looking at pictures with her.
Yeah.
And they're happy, like they're laughing. When you look at old pictures, they're like laughing and shit. And she starts rubbing on his back, and then she looks at him and she goes, honey, how long are we going to do this? And he goes, do what? What? He gets all serious. Do what? She goes, just keep ignoring it. He goes, God damn it, woman. We were having a good time. We can't sit here and I come home and I'm hungry and she's trying, he tries to calm down and she's like, let's just talk to me. And then right then, ding dong, the bell rings. And he looks at her. And he gets up and he answers the door, and it's our boy Fish.
Okay.
And he's like, she kissed me, man. She kissed me. I walked into the door. I threw some Japanese on her, and then she couldn't resist, bro. She kissed me. And he's like, son, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm sorry. And he looks at his wife, and his wife, of course, is like angry. Yeah. Because they're in the middle of some shit.
Yeah, what is that?
Did
the kid die?
Oh, God, you can already feel it. Something.
Yeah, it's just like a kid die, or like, why were you? Or she's like, why were you in her DM? She was only 16. What are you doing?
Yeah, people don't like that shit.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Fair.
So he apologizes. God, that's so funny. So he goes, I walked her to her door, boo, boo, and then he apologizes to Denzel and his wife. And then he's like, I don't know what to do. I gotta go to, we're sailing away to Mexico next week. What if she, stops liking me? What if this, that, and the third? And he's like, hey, calm down, man. If she is excited, just as excited as you are about this kiss, she ain't going anywhere. He's like, you think so? He's like, I know so. Just relax. All right, go home, get some rest, and don't ever come to my place like this again. Mm-hmm. He's like, yes, sir. Sorry. He's like, thank you. So he leaves. He goes back inside, and his wife's like, who was that? He goes, just a patient of mine. And then she's like, what was going on? And he goes, well, apparently he was on his first date with a young lady, and it went so well, and he had such a good time that he couldn't wait to tell me about it. He was just too excited. And she starts crying, and she goes, well, don't cure him. And she goes to bed.
Damn. This is nuts.
What is going on there, huh?
Yeah, huh?
It's heavy. Yeah, whatever it is, it's
dead
heavy.
Kid. I got bets on dead kid, huh? 4-1, dead kid.
That's what you're messing?
Yeah.
All right, I'll take those odds.
Okay, well, no, that's bad bet.
Wait, isn't that good?
Yeah, huh?
Wait, I was agreeing with you. That means I want the money, right?
Right. I just said 4-1. I don't know what that actually means, but yeah.
No, I meant because I was on your side.
That it's gonna be a dead kid. Well, now I'm feeling good about the dead kid.
But that means we win a lot of money or we don't win a lot of money. I don't know how betting works.
I think if it's 4-1 and we bet $10, we get 40 back.
That's good, I guess.
I think. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know how this works.
Yeah.
Bettors, people with horrible gambling addictions, send us the facts.
Tell us how lines and shit work. I actually don't know. The only thing I know is
tell us how you lost your family in your house.
Yeah, the only thing I know is in football, if it's the Falcons plus 3.5, that means they got to win by over 4 points for you to win the bet or some shit like that. Okay. That's all I know.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So they ship out on the boat. and we see Fish. He's standing on his post,
right.
as they're shipping out.
Right.
Time passes. He's writing letters. Finally, the boys, they finally get to hit the coast of Mexico.
Okay.
Right? And they're partying their ass off, and the crew's all on the dance floor. He's just sitting by himself drinking a beer. Girls are coming up, and he's turning them down. You know what I mean? Finally, the crew comes back to the table. They all got girls with them. And they say, oh, man, look at Fish now. Not, trying to do anything. He's got a girlfriend now. And the one black dude that he almost fought earlier starts talking shit to him. Like, oh, man, this dude won't even dance with one girl. What your girlfriend won't hurt her. And he's like, look, man, I'm good. And they're like, oh, you don't want to get up and do nothing? He's like, look, man, I don't want to get up. He's like, huh? And he's like, you don't want none of this girl? Come on, you don't want none of this fun shit? Huh? I ain't never seen you with no girl. Anybody ever meet this girlfriend of his? Anybody? And all of his other friends are like, yo, Brian, bro, chill out.
Right.
This is getting...
You're yeah. What's
going
on with you?
Point. Yeah, come on. And then he goes, oh, we all know he's a cherry boy. He ain't never been to the Sugar Shack for real. Huh? You scared to go. And then fucking Antwone's like, man, fuck you, Grayson. He's like, wow, fuck me. Out of every woman here, you want to fuck me? I'm worried about you, Fish. You don't want no women. You faggot. Fisher fucking tackles him and just, what'd you say, motherfucker? Huh? What'd you call me? Starts beating the shit out of him. And then Eric from fucking Entourage is like, God damn it. Literally the scene like from Vince where he fights Eminem and full fight breaks out in the bar. Like full crazy fight.
Right.
Cut to Denzel working late night. He gets a call and he's like, oh, are you kidding me? Jesus Christ. Well, what time does this plane get in? Okay. Yes, sir. I understand. Will you let me talk to him first? Okay, thank you, sir. And he hangs up. All right. Cut to, we see Fish. He's locked in a cell, like a jail. It's like a brig,
Right.
And Denzel comes and he walks in and the other guys leave. And he goes, I thought we were done fighting, Antwone. You got to talk to me, son. Huh? You got to tell me something right now, all right? You want me to get you out of this? Because I'm all you got right now. He's looking off into, he's not looking at him. He's all shaking. And he's like, I don't know what to say. He's like, just tell me what happened. Some of the guys were bagging on me and I couldn't take it. What do you mean they were bagging on me? You got to tell me more than that. They were making jokes about me with women. And he gets real sad. He's like, okay, what kind of jokes, son? Like me being a virgin? Are you? I don't know.
That sounds like someone got fucking molested. Was that the wrong tone? Woo!
You want to try it again? Ooh. Yeah, try it again.
All right. He got fucking molested. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Molest!
Guys, I'm sorry. He's really bad at tone.
Yeah.
He's tone deaf, as they say.
Yeah. Woo! Oh, molested. Molested.
Oh, God. So, he goes, why do you think you might have been with a woman, you psychopath? I'm just going to move on from that. I don't even want to deal with that. And he gets super sad, and he's like, he didn't say anything. And then Denzel's like, maybe you don't like women, son. That's okay. Maybe you like men. Maybe you don't care about sex. And he goes, look, I like women, and I care about sex, all right? And he goes, well, tell me then, Antwone, how come you've never been with a woman? He goes, I have. When? When I was young. What happened? It was a kiss. I hated it. It was terrible. I threw up. Why, Antwone? Why'd you throw up? The cell right thing turns black. You just see his face.
Okay.
Because she put her tongue in my mouth. She always did. Cut to the boys hanging out. The young boys, Keith, Dwight, him.
Yeah.
And, you hear, nigga, get down here. And she's calling for Dwight and Keith. Mm-hmm. She's like, get your behinds down here. We're going to go see your social office. Nadine, you get out here and watch Antwone while I go to the social office with the boys. All right? Nadine, she looks at Antwone. Hey, you stay with Nadine, Antwone. And she leaves. Antwone looks out the window all sad. And he's just like, just breathing heavy.
Right.
Upstairs, you see another window. You see a grown woman looking out. This black woman. She's looking out, too. And they watch everybody leave. You see her come downstairs. All she's got on is like a T-shirt. And
this is creepy.
Bro, she walks right up on him. She's like, what you looking at there, Twanny? And he turns around. This nigga's like 5 years old.
Ugh. Yeah.
She slaps the shit out of him. Whack! She goes, that's it. Now give me some sugar. And she goes down. And he kisses her on the cheek, right? And he backs up and he's terrified. He's terrified. She goes, now get downstairs. He puts his head down. She goes, "What'd I say?" "Get in that basement and drop him." He goes and he heads down to the basement. She locks all the doors. The camera angle now changes to outside the house. You hear her walk down to the basement. You hear him breathing as the camera just shows the outside of the house.
Right.
You hear, "What?" She slaps him again. Pull him down. Pull him all the way down to your feet. Pull him. Now come close. Don't be afraid. Now touch me, Antwone. I know you want to. Kiss me. Slap! I said kiss me. That's it. Give me some sugar. Cut to him sprinting out of the house. Shirtless, pants undone. Running for his fucking life. He runs all the way to his friend Jesse's house.
Yeah.
His friend opens the door. "You all right, bro? Come on in. Come on in. You all right?" He looks terrified. "You all right, bro?" He doesn't say anything. He's like, "She did it again, huh?" He just goes. He just nods. She goes, "She hit you this time too?" He nods again. He goes, "Sorry, bro. Just stay here tonight. I'll look after you. Let's get you a shirt, dog." Fade to black.
Damn. He got molested! Yeah! Oh, man. Comedy's
I love
fun.
all our beaners who are listening to that going, "Damn, I was molested too by a family member," and then it's just you.
Yeah! Woo!
On a rock and roll honor. That's you to molestation. You fucking psycho. Oh, God. So, cut back to he's in the cell, and he's looking at Denzel, and he's like, "She made me do things, man."
That's actually worse. I think he got straight up raped.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And if I didn't, she would beat me. Jesse was, he goes, "Jesse, the only person you ever told about this?" He goes, "Yes, sir. You know, she's the only woman I've ever seen naked." She was 25 years old, man.
Jesus.
He was 6, bro.
I know. Jesus.
And he goes, "Man," and he goes, "You know, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to even think about. I hate it." And he starts crying. And that's like, damn, bro, I can't imagine, bro. I've never been molested, so damn, fool.
Explains why you're afraid of women, straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why it's the scenes with him and the girl. It's like, oh wow, man, you feel for. It's like, oh, this dude's just trying.
Right.
He's just, and then like, his Navy guys, you can't tell people like that. It's so heavy.
Yeah.
And you're also just trying to fucking cope. Crazy, bro. I get why this guy wrote a book about it, man. You lived a life, sir. You know.
Yeah.
I'm sure when he told some of the story, probably the psychiatrist was like, "Dude, you gotta write this. Just write it all down. Write it all down." Because apparently it got in the hands of the studios, and that's how it got into Denzel's hand. Like it was being passed around studios.
Okay.
It was one of those. So, cut to days later, Antwone Fisher, he comes to, Denzel's house to meet him, and Denzel's not home yet. And his wife's like, "Oh, he'll be home in a minute. You beat him here."
Okay.
And she goes, "But you can come inside and wait." And he's looking at family pictures and shit. And she goes, "Are you going home for the holidays?" And he's like, No, ma'am, I'm not going home for the holidays. I'm just gonna eat on the ship with the people who don't go home." And she kind of just takes that in. Mm-hmm. And then he goes, "By the way, ma'am, you're the first thing that I saw when I entered his office, and I thought maybe, if you married a woman like this, then maybe this guy could be all right, right?" And he smiles, and she's like, "That's so nice, Antwone. It's so nice meeting you." He's like, "Nice meeting you too, ma'am." And then right then Denzel walks in. He's like, "Antwone, come on to my office. We'll do it in here, right?" So they're talking. And then he goes, "So tell me about," Antwone, he goes, "All right, so tell me about what happened afterwards, when the Tates threw you out." He goes, "Oh, man, well, after that, it was back to the orphanage. Nobody adopts teenage boys, so they sent me to a reform school in Pennsylvania. That's where I got my skills." And Denzel kind of laughs. He's like, "Okay." Mm-hmm. He goes, "And after I was 18, they gave me $67, and then that was it."
God damn.
He goes, "What happened then?" "I slept on a few park benches, and then I joined the Navy." He goes, "And that's it." He goes, "That's it. That's the Antwone Fisher story." Crazy, huh?
Pretty wild. Seems like there's still even more.
This guy's he has some demons.
Yeah. He glossed over a lot of shit there that I feel like is going to need to be explored.
Though it's like, I get it, man. It's like, dude, I talked enough.
Yeah.
I told you about getting molested, bro. That shit was hard.
Molested.
Ugh. So he goes, "Okay, son. Okay. you're done for the day. And he leaves, right? So as he leaves, Denzel comes outside and he goes, Seaman Fisher, get back up here. And he's like, what'd I do? I don't want to hear no jaw jacking, son. Get back up here right now. I didn't do anything. Shut up. My wife is apparently now inviting you to Thanksgiving dinner. Now, why would she do something like this? And he smiles real big. He's like, I don't know. I guess I was being nice, sir. And he was like, oh, you were being nice. You were being charming, huh? And he's smiling back. He's like, okay, well, I expect you here, 1600 sharp. Does that understand? He's like, understood, sir. Yes, sir. He's like, all right. And then he leaves. Antwone's so happy, and he like pats him on the back.
Yeah, good for Antwone.
Oh, bro, opening scene. You know what he wants.
Yeah.
It's very telling. That opening scene, you know it all. You know what he really wants. Like all he wants. Oh, bro, it's already hitting you.
Yeah.
So, he takes Cheryl on another date. Mm-hmm. He takes her to a lighthouse, and he tells her, I come here all the time to think. Whoop-de-whoop. He's like, can I be honest? And he goes, remember when I told you I was working on a paper? He's like, I lied. Really? And she's like, I know. He looks. She's like, yeah, you're seeing a psychiatrist, aren't you? And he's like, and he starts laughing, and she's like, yeah, I knew. And he's like, damn, you knew? She's like, it wasn't hard to figure it out. And then she's like, I guess it's like, hey, bro, if anybody, it's the Navy. If I want to know anything about you, I can easily look it up.
Yeah.
I can ask a couple people. So she goes, he goes, dang, are you going to you think I'm crazy? You're not going to leave me over something like this, are you? She's like, no. She's like, my dad was a Vietnam vet. He saw shrinks his whole life. The Vietnam vet. It's like, oh, that nigga saw some shit, bro.
Yeah, saw some real shit.
And so, and then, she goes, why are you seeing one? And he goes, my life before the Navy was really complicated. She goes, wow. He goes, yeah, I was unwanted, no parents. That's why I was so afraid to even approach you. And she's like, would you believe that I was really shy to approach you too? He goes, no. She's like, yeah, until I realized you were stalking me. And he smiles. And she's like, let me tell you something, Antwone. If there's anything I can do to help, just know I'm here for you. And he's like, you're doing it already, right? And she's like, she smiles, right? So cut to Antwone in the bathroom, and he's practicing getting his tie together, and he's practicing being nice at the dinner. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Davenport. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Davenport. He's just such a sweet, you know what I mean?
Right.
Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Davenport. Hi, So he gets to the dinner, and he sees Denzel's whole family, because his whole family's there.
Right.
And you can tell he's real happy, right? And they all hold hands, and they're praying, and he's looking at the food, and he's looking at Denzel and his wife and grandma and the grandpa, you know what I mean? He's just big smile. He's just like,
this is what a normal family is like.
He's all you've ever wanted, right?
Right.
So the family starts, cut to they're all eating, and they're arguing, family shit. They're arguing Thanksgiving style.
Right.
The grandpa's telling old war stories, and, how he misses his mom's old cooking, and they're like, Grandpa, will you just shut up? And he's like, oh, I bet he understands. The Navy man. He's like, how much you miss your mama's holiday cooking, boy? How much you missing it right now? And he kind of looks at him, and Antwone, I love he played it so good because he wasn't mad or sad. He just doesn't know what to say. He's just like, and he goes, can you excuse me a moment? And he gets up and he walks out, and everybody's like, Grandpa, look what you done did. You done ran the boy off. He's like, I didn't do nothing. I want y'all, And then Denzel kind of walks off and he goes back and he goes, everything all right, son? And he goes, everything's amazing. He's like, I never had a real Thanksgiving before this other than with the Tates. And Denzel's like, okay. He's like, well, we're happy to have you over, son. He's like, I got you this for having me over. And he grabs something. He's like, is it money? He starts laughing. He's like, no. And he opens it up because it's paper.
Right.
He's like, it's a poem. He's like, it's a poem, huh? He goes, well, will you read it for me, son? I didn't have my glasses. He's like, well, you read it. It'd mean a lot if you read it. He's like, okay. Grabs it. Who will cry for the little boy, lost and all alone? Who will cry for the little boy, abandoned without a home? Who will cry for the little boy who cried himself to sleep? Who will cry for the little boy who knew the hurt and pain? Who will cry for the little boy who died and died again? Who will cry for the little boy, a good boy he tried to be? Who will cry for the little boy? I will. And then he just starts crying. Antwone Fisher just starts crying, bro. And Denzel's wife's sitting there listening. She's bawling. It's actually a real poem he wrote, by the way.
Crazy.
And Denzel's like, it's beautiful, Antwone. And then Antwone wipes his tears. He's like, I told you I was good. He's like, yes, you did. Yes, you did. And he goes, the thing is, you're good because you're honest. But there's only one thing you're not being honest about, Antwone, and that's finding your natural family. He's like, I don't want to. You know that, doctor. He's like, look, I know you're upset at them for not saving you and for not knowing about, not knowing that, that they could help you. He's like, what do you mean they couldn't know? How would they not know they'd be able to help you? He's like, son, you have to forgive them. Why? Why would I forgive them? He's like, son, I don't need a family. I got you, Doc. And he's like, you're right. And he just gives him a hug. This movie's heavy, dude. So that night, Denzel's wife, she's talking to Denzel, and she's talking about how sweet he is. She's like, oh my God, Antwone was just the sweetest, nicest boy. And she's like, and you know what he did? Before he left, he invited both of us to his graduating his Japanese ceremony. Mm-hmm. And oh my God, we have to go. And I told him we would be honored to go. And you see Denzel getting sadder and sadder as she's saying all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's hurting him.
Mm-hmm.
So cut to him graduating, and he's going and he's talking, and Denzel's there, but his wife isn't there.
Okay.
And he introduces himself to Cheryl, and he's like, Cheryl, I've heard so much about you. And she's like, I've heard so much about you, doctor. Antwone says such great things. And then he goes, I'm sorry my wife couldn't be here, Antwone. I'm sorry about that. He's like, oh, it's okay. He's like, here's a gift for you. It's a Marcus Garvey book. All right. And he goes,
did I ever tell you
what?
I went to school with the grandchildren of the Garveys?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You did tell me about that.
Amy and Jamie Garvey.
Have you ever read the book?
No.
Yeah, I've heard it's great. People say you should read reading the book about him. I should read that. Everybody says it's one of those books to read, So he asked to talk to him in private, right? So they go to a bathroom. He's like, hey, what's up, Doc? He's like, how are you? He's like, I'm good. He's like, hey, Antwone, well, you've been doing good, and, nothing but good things from your CEO, and, I'm proud of you. Everybody's proud of you. Have you thought more about looking into your natural family? He's like, no, I really haven't. He's like, okay. Well, I think there's, nothing more important than that, just so you know. But I'm proud of you, son. You came a long way. And then Antwone was looking at him. He's like, what's wrong, Doc? He's like, nothing's wrong. Just understand this is difficult for me, okay? Our sessions are coming to an end. Antwone starts like, what do you mean? I said, what? What do you mean our sessions are coming to an end? What you can't? And they start, he's like, Antwone. He's like, what? You can't just come to an end like that. Huh? You can't just leave me. Antwone, they have to come to an end. You don't understand. It's bigger than that. I have to stop doing them. You can't just leave me. Everyone's always leaving me. My mother, my father, Jesse, you. He's like, what do you mean, Jesse? I thought you said Jesse and you drifted apart. Huh? We never should have gone to the fucking store. We never should have gone to the store. I got fucking cowbells ringing in my head my whole life. Huh? And he's like, what happened, son? What are you talking about? He just starts punching the wall. Poof, poof, ah! He's like, son. He's like, no, everyone takes everything away from me. Please don't go. What happened to Jesse? He starts bawling. Cut to, you just see a young Derek Luke. Right now he's not a teenager anymore. He'd be right before he got in the Navy.
Okay.
He's like probably 17,
Okay.
So he comes knocking on the door. Who is it? Who is it? You see a dude open up. It's a 17-year-old Jesse.
Yeah.
Oh shit! What up, Fish? What's up, dog? What up? They hug. They're so excited. Fuck yeah, dog. What's so good to see you, bro? Where you been, bro? They had me at the men's shelter over on Prospect. Damn. What about now? They just let me out, bro. He's 18. He's like, I'm living on the streets now.
Yeah.
He said, damn, they got you living on the streets. He's like, bro, I ain't got nowhere else to go. He said, bro, why wouldn't you come to my house sooner, nigga? What the fuck's wrong with you? He's like, you can stay here. He said, bro, your mom ain't gonna let me stay here. He's like, nigga, there's so many people in and out this house. She ain't even gonna know you here, bro. It's cool. I ain't finna let my nigga stay on the streets. Hell no. He's like, thanks, bro. So he takes him in. He gets him. He's like, you hungry? He feeds him. He's like, bro, you can tell he hasn't eaten in days. He's like, damn, bro, look at you. They start reminiscing on old times. They're just laughing. And he goes, Fish, you know you're my best friend, right? He's like, always. He's like, oh, but you want something, huh? Fisher's like, what you want, Jesse? I know you want something. He's like, all right, bro, I just need you to do something for me. He's like, what? He's like, just look out for me. He's like, always, bro, of course. He's like, all right, you really look out for me? You have my back? He's like, dude, stop tripping, man. Of course I have your back. All right. Cut to a little bit later in the afternoon. They're cleaned up. They're walking down the street. They're just talking. They head into a little convenience store. He's like, Jesse's like, hey, Fish, just go get whatever you want. I got you. He's like, for real? He's like, yeah, get whatever. I got you. Dope, thanks, bro. So Jesse's like, he watches Antwone Fisher walk to the back, and he starts looking all serious. And then he walks to the register, pulls out a gun. Break it off, nigga. Break it off right now. Break off the motherfucking Luke, Jesse, what the fuck are you doing, man? Fish, just shut the fuck up and look out for me, dog. Look out for me. Break off the motherfucking loop, brother. The fucking door opens up. Cling, cling, with his little cowbell on top. Right. Cling, 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 cling. He turns around to see who comes in the door because the guy comes. He's like, get the fuck out of here. They back out the door. When he turns his head back, the convenience store guy now has a gun on his head. Bow! Blows his fucking brains onto Antwone Fisher. Head comes damn near off. All this just blood all over Antwone Fisher's face.
Yeah.
It's dead silent. The dude's just looking at him. He's got the gun on Antwone now. They're staring at each other. Antwone just stares at him. The guy puts the gun down. Antwone opens the door and leaves in slow-mo. And you just hear the ding-ding-ding, ding-ding-ding, ding-ding, ding-ding, ding-ding of the cowbell.
Fuck. That's crazy. It's the first time you see him in that long, and that happens. Ooh.
Just can't get a break, bro.
No, really can't catch one. Well, at least your sessions are coming to an end.
By the end of the next day, I was in boot camp. I used to always think Jesse was the lucky one. You know, and they're like, why'd you think that? You know, he's like, because you're angry at him? He's like, no, because he's lucky. He doesn't have to fight anymore. It's over for him. Sometimes I think, man, in another life, I probably would have been king. That's fucking deep, bro, I think. Because he's saying, like, my life's been so bad.
That I had to have the exact opposite experience at some point.
I thought that was a deep line. So Denzel gets up and he hugs him. And he goes, son, when you locate your family, contact me because I want to hear all about it. He starts crying. Yes, sir. He goes, I love you, son. I love you too.
Oof.
So he goes and he meets up with Cheryl immediately. Mm-hmm. And he goes, I need you to come with me. I'm going to go find my family. I really want you to come. I bought 2 tickets to Cleveland. She's like, you really going to try and find them? He's like, yeah. She's like, I used up all my days. He's like, I really want to find them, but I can't do it without your help. Please. She smiles big and she's like, let me see what I can do. Cut to their landing in Cleveland.
Okay, here we go.
Cheryl's awesome, though.
Hey, ride or die.
Ride or die, dog.
Mm-hmm.
So they go and they're trying to find his birth records. They can't. It's impossible. You know, It's so hard. He goes and he tells the lady that, you know, he was born in a woman's prison. That's where he was born, in a woman's correctional facility.
Damn.
And the lady's ears perk up, and she's like, and she goes and she looks for some shit, and she finds the file on Mr. Fisher. She's like, best of luck, Mr. Fisher. So they're going through all the papers. They still can't find anything.
Okay.
Can't find anything on his family, really, you know? So he's like, fuck. So they go, all right. And then the girl goes, Cheryl's like, why don't you go see your foster mother? He's like, Miss Tate? Hell no, I'm not going to go see her. Fuck them. And she's like, you know, I think it'll help. He's like, I'm not going back. And he gets up. And she gets up and she follows him. And she kind of rubs on his neck. And she kisses his cheek. And then she kisses the other cheek. And she takes his jacket off. And he goes, I haven't done this before. She goes, shh. She starts making out with him. The next morning they wake up. She looks around. She thinks he's gone. She kind of like panics. And then he's like sitting at the edge of the bed. And he's got his full Navy gear on.
Yeah.
And he's smiling really big. And he goes, take a ride with me. She's like, okay. So they take a ride. He goes, stay here. He gets out. He's at his old house.
The Tate house.
He rings the bell. Nadine answers.
Oh, shit.
She goes, you better not be selling shit. And she looks all fucked up. She's like, my God, is that you, Antwone? And she tries to give him a hug. He's like, don't you fucking touch me. I'm all grown up now. She's like, oh, you want to come in? And he's like, no. I'd like to speak to Miss Tate, please. Go get her. She's like, whatever. And she goes, she gets him. And she's like, Miss Tate, you know. She's like, and he comes down. She comes in, and she's like, Lord have mercy. Oh, nigga. And she goes to hug him, and he's like, hey. She's like, well, nigga, where you been? You can't tell nobody you're home or anything like that. He's like, hey, I'm here for one reason. What can you tell me about my real family? She's like, I don't know nothing. He goes, a name, a number, anything, any help at all. And she's like, no, nigga, but come inside, come talk to me. He goes, I remember everything. You beat me to dust. And he looks at Nadine, he goes, and you. He gets in her face. He goes, I was 6 years old. And she's like, shut up. And then they're both like, you don't talk to us like that. Don't you talk to us like that. He goes, you shut the fuck up now. I'm the one talking. Y'all listen to me now. This is my time now. Understand me. It don't matter what you try to do. You couldn't destroy me. I'm still standing. I'm still strong. And I always will be. And he goes and he leaves. And Miss Tate's just staring at him. She goes, Antwone. He turns. She goes, Elkins. Your father's name is Edward Elkins. He doesn't even say thank you. He just turns and leaves.
Good for him.
Fucking
Good for
bitch.
him. Good for him.
Cut to, they get back to the hotel. They have 1 million phone books of every major city in Ohio. You know what I mean? Let's start going through. Bro, they, one by one, days pass. Days pass. They're getting frustrated. You know, finally, she's one night she's asleep. He's still calling. He wakes one woman up. It's late in the night. She answers. She's like, hello? He's like, excuse me, ma'am. I'm so sorry to bother you, but I'm looking for the family of Edward Elkins. My name is Antwone Fisher, and I'm trying to locate my family. And she goes, honey, what? Who is this? She says it again. She's like, oh, honey, Edward's been dead a long time. And he's like, oh, I know that. He was my father. She goes, wait. Who is this? How you get this number? He's like, I'm sorry, ma'am. I've been calling Elkins all day, you know, and I'm just looking for my father. And she goes, well, honey, he never mentioned an Antwone. He goes, I don't think he knew my mom was pregnant. She was in prison. But I know how he died. I know one of his ex-girlfriends is the one who murdered him with a shotgun. She goes, honey, what? How do you know? Why would you show up now? Who are you? He goes, I'm in the Navy, ma'am. I have to go back in a few days. I'm just trying to find who my family was. She goes, honey, okay, well, you got to come here. Do you have a pencil? You take down my address. You come by tomorrow, okay? You come by tomorrow. He goes, yes, ma'am. Okay, I will. And he goes, do you mind if I bring my girlfriend with me? And she's like, do I mind? Of course, I want to meet her. Of course I'll bring your girlfriend. And she goes, I can't wait. And she goes, honey, do you know something? He goes, what? You know Edward was your father. That means I'm your auntie, son. I'm your dad's baby sister. And he's like,
oh. Man, a little bit of good news.
Come on.
Yeah.
She's like, I'll see you tomorrow. He's like, bye. They hang up. He's all happy. He wakes his girl, and he's like, baby. She's like, what? I found my family. Baby! She hugs him, right? Cut to. They're all, you see like these three, you see the woman he was on the phone with and like two other dudes, and they're all looking at him, just staring at him. And they're like, I mean, I guess he does kind of look like him. You know, he does look like him. And then he pulls out his birth certificate. And they're like, wow, you were born the same year Edward died. And then they go, yeah, my mother. And then one of the guys goes, oh, your mother must be Ava. That's Jesse's sister. And they go, Jesse Fisher? They go, yeah, Jesse Fisher from down the street. You know his sister May? Over on Hodge Street. And they go, yeah. And then they go, oh, that's him. That's your mother. And they go, yeah, that has to be May's kid. They go, wow. And they go, you don't know her, do you? And he's like, no. And the one uncle's like, well, you want to meet her? And he's like, yeah. And the dude goes, are you sure? He goes, yes, I am. He goes, all right, well, let's ride. He gets up, and then they tell his girlfriend to stay. They go, you might have stayed for this one.
Yeah.
You know? And then they're like, all right. And so the uncle, they go to the projects. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They get out, and he's like, Antwone looks at him. He goes, you're not going to let anything happen to me, are you? He's like, no, Antwone. I will not let anything happen to you. Okay. They walk up. Who is it? Ava, it's James. Who? James, Edward's brother. What you want? I got somebody with me. Can we come in? You see somebody unlock the door. You see, they both walk in. And the guy goes, Ava, you know who that is? She's looking at him. You can't see who she is yet. She goes, oh, that's Johnny. She goes, no, Ava, that's Antwone Fisher. The camera zooms in. The mom is Viola Davis.
Whoa.
She looks like she's all cracked out looking, you know what I mean? And she's like, and she starts staring at him, and you see her realize, like, who he is.
Yeah, that was my son.
And then, she goes, Antwone Fisher. And he goes, the uncle goes, who is Antwone Fisher, Ava? She's like, that's my firstborn. And she walks away, just starts crying.
All
right. So the uncle looks at him, and he goes, ain't nothing going on around here, son. You want to go? You know how fucking heavy. Ain't nothing going. Ain't pretty much like, hey, ain't nothing good.
Yeah.
This was the best you were gonna get out of this.
Yeah. This is a dark door. You found what you're looking for. Like, don't explore.
And he goes, you want to stay? He's like, yes, sir. He's like, okay, I'll be in the car. I'll be waiting for you. Mm-hmm. So he walks to the back to where his mom is. She's crying. She's sitting there. She's like, you want something to eat? He's like, no. He goes, why didn't you ever come for me? She puts her head down. Didn't you wonder where I was? Didn't you wonder what I was ever doing? Did you even wonder if I was even still alive? Did you? And then he goes to sit next to her. She can't even really look at him. He goes, you know I've taken care of myself. I've never been in trouble with the law my whole life. I've read hundreds of books. I've written poems. I've painted. I've traveled the world, Mom. I served my country. That line, that shit, he was just like, hey, bro, what you going,
Yeah, I did some shit.
I did some shit, bro. He's like, I speak 2 languages, and I'm working on the 3rd. And the mom's like, you can tell she's just like feeling it, bro.
Yeah.
And he goes, I've never fathered any children. I've never done a drug. I've never even smoked a cigarette. Gang, gang. He goes, I used to dream about you. My mother, what you'd be like, how you'd look, your voice, your smile, your scent. Didn't you miss me? Huh? On the way to school each day, I imagine you were around each corner. I always imagine you'd be at the next corner. And in my mind, you're always there. So each day, I'd race to the next corner, hoping you'd be at that one. And then one day, I knew that you would be there. And then you take me to get ice cream, and then you take me home. Mom, I'm a good person. I'm a good man. He kisses her. She tries not to cry. He just leaves.
Oof.
Who let the... Oh.
It's kind of like Shazam, actually. That's what it kind of reminded me of. The kid finds his mom, and she's fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some...
This isn't what you wanted. So Antwone, he gets back to the house, right? And he's all kind of down, and he opens the door, and it's just like the scene from the beginning of the movie. There's like 100 people in the house. And they're all like, I'm your Uncle Horace. I'm your Aunt Anna. I'm your cousin Gillette. Those are nice. And there's a bunch of kids running up. What's up? What's up, cousin? What's up, cousin? And he just can't stop smiling. This is where you're just, I get you when you see it, bro.
Yeah.
And what's up, man? Cuz I'm Eddie. I'm named after your father, cuz. Nice to meet you, dog. Yo, what up, bro? I'm James, bro. He's like, what's up, guys? And then they open up another door, and there's even more family to meet. And he's like, and it's like the older family, and there's a huge table full of food, and his girl's just sitting there, and she's smiling. And she runs up, and she hugs, and she kisses him. And you see the oldest kind of grandma, like the matriarch of the family. And she goes, she doesn't talk, but she calls him over with her hands. And she's trying not to cry. Mm-hmm. And she asks for his hands. And she touches his face. And she goes, welcome. And the whole family's like, they're all, and she's like, all right. And then everybody's like, and they all rush in. They start eating, and they're making their plates. And then he just can't stop smiling. Cut to them. They're back on the plane.
Reminds me, in college, I went to New York to see cousins, and then we had this other group of cousins visiting that I had never met before, and my cousins hadn't seen in like 16 years, right? And they come, and immediately, dude, we start hanging out, we start chilling, and then my cousin said, the best thing about family is that it doesn't matter how long it's been, because it's all love immediately.
Immediate. And that shit, it's the realest shit ever, bro. That's all my nigga wanted, was just that feeling of security. Because that's what it means, bro. Security is like, nigga, love. Ooh.
That shit. Sorry, it just brought me back to that. Because that trip is one of my favorite trips of all time.
It's a good moment, bro. Yeah. I mean, when I was just home this past few weeks, it was so nice to go home and be with my dad, bro, and then to be with Sam's family. Just play cards and watch fucking Star Wars movies, bro.
Yeah.
That shit, it's immediate love, bro. You're right. You cannot see a motherfucker for years, bro. For years and years and years, and it's immediate love. Dog.
Right away.
It's the best. So they fly home, and when they fly home, his girl's knocked out, and they're both got middle seats on separate aisles, as the military should be treated.
Yes. Yeah.
I like how even on that they were like, hey, like I was like, it was a movie, and they could have made it look better, and they were like, no, nigga, we flew back on separate aisles in middle seats.
Hilarious.
That's what happened. So you see Denzel the next day, he's coming out of his office, walking out, and you hear, I'm not a virgin anymore. And he turns, and he sees Antwone, he laughs. He's like, well, I'm glad to hear that, son. And they salute, and then they shake hands, and he's like, very good to see you. He goes, I found my family, sir, and my mother. And in my heart, I forgave her. But if I never saw her again, he shrugs. Like,
but
I forgave her.
You at least had that closure.
I closed it. I closed that door.
Yeah.
If I see her again and she comes back up in my life, cool. If I don't, cool. I'm not gonna be mad about it anymore. I'm not gonna let it own me anymore. Yeah, I moved on. And she was like, he goes, the Denzel's like, I understand, son. That's good. And he's like, man, I owe it to you. Antwone Fisher's like, I owe it to you, doctor, to say you were right. I needed to find her. and if it wasn't for you, and then he stops him and he goes, son, if I was right, it was for the wrong reasons. Let me tell you something. My wife and I, we were going to have a bunch of kids. That was the plan. Always was. But we found out recently that we couldn't have any. And it rocked us to the core. Bad. My wife went to see, such and such. This guy who's one of the best psychiatrists in the world. I even trained under him.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's one of the best. But me, I shut down. Subtly and quietly, I shut down. Until a young man came into my office and blew that secret up in my face and made me feel shame in a way I didn't know possible. Because of you, son, I'm a better doctor. I'm a better husband. And then you see Denzel starts tearing up. He's like, you're the real champ. You beat everyone who ever beat you. Tell me that ain't a good line.
Good line.
You beat everyone who ever beat you. And I salute you, son. And he salutes him. And he salutes him back. He goes, you hungry, sailor? And Antwone Fisher's like, I could eat. Like, let's go get something to eat then. They leave in memory of my father, Edward Elkins, whom I never had the pleasure to know. Antwone Fisher.
Whew. Goosebumps. Damn.
Oh, it's a beautiful movie, man.
Damn. Good for him.
$12 million budget, made $24 million.
Good for him.
Very critically acclaimed, did very well. Didn't win any Oscars. Didn't get nominated, which is crazy. Just for screenplay alone.
Yeah, it's the emotions of like, man, this sucks. He got molested to turning it around and like really finding, they found a way to make that a feel good ending.
What is wrong with you?
Well, I'm saying it was. I'm not saying it was a good thing. I'm just saying he got molested. That's it.
It is a feel good ending.
Yeah, it's a feel good ending.
But man, it is a roller coaster to get there.
Yeah. A lot of downs before
the molestation scene is the one that shit breaks your fucking spirit, bro.
That actually like feels like it could be something out of a horror movie.
Yeah, feels like something out of Misery.
Yeah,
where it's like, oh, this is real. This is just real.
Huh.
Except this is even more real. This is way more real than that situation.
Yeah, because this actually happened.
This happens all the time.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, you're right. This is based on a true. Yeah, this is a book about this.
Yeah. Misery is like this. Also, this weird like fantasy
horror porn.
Horror porn. Yeah.
This is life.
Real. Yeah, this is real.
This was a day in the life for a nigga.
Yeah.
But it's a beautiful movie, man, and I suggest to everybody, if you haven't seen it, definitely watch it, man. It's a really good movie, and that's because the dude who wrote the book wrote the movie, and that's how you know. Mm-hmm. That's usually going to be a telltale sign.
Yep. Man. Well.
Another day, another beans.
I know, right? This was a heavy one, and can't wait to watch it.
We'll see you in
soon.
a couple days.
Yep.
Motherfuckers.
Oh, molest.